Berkeley Post 14 baseball is back. Catch every Hornets home game this season and the Legion Area Tournament right here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Pavanelli rounds third, coming home to score. The throw on the money. The tag not in time. Pavanelli safe, and Berkeley Post 14 walks it off in the bottom of the eighth. Landon Sifford is the hero for the Hornets.
Your home of Berkeley Post 14 baseball is right here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Life is evolving. Over the past decade, the way we do almost everything has changed. Get on your phone, see something you like, click on it, and it shows up at your door. Why should the way you have your car serviced be any different? Why waste your time going to a dealership service department when Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to you? They service all makes, all models, and offer full parts and labor warranties. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to your door or office and service your vehicle while you're doing what you need to be doing, conducting that business meeting or mowing the lawn. Why take time out of your busy schedule when you don't have to? Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet's friendly, knowledgeable staff will come to you where you live or where you work for full service maintenance, from oil changes to tire rotations, brakes, batteries, multi-point inspections. They handle it all. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet is committed to delivering the best of the best to their customers. Trust them to service your vehicle where you're at home or at work. Skip the time-consuming and terminal wait at the dealership. Schedule your appointment at fordofhagerstown.com or hancockchevy.com.
The following is a special sports broadcast presentation of Talk Radio WRNR Martinsburg.
Play ball! It's time for the excitement of American Legion Baseball, featuring the Berkeley Post 14 Hornets.
Myers with the pitch swung on and missed. Jason Myers gets the last out, and the Berkeley Post 14 Hornets are the state champions of American Legion Baseball in West Virginia.
Let's go live to the field and join our Talk Radio WRNR broadcast team. We welcome you to Shepherd University's Fairfax Field here as we bring you Post 14 Legion Baseball action for the Shepherd University Rams as the Rams welcome in Funkstown 2-11 out of Maryland for the first Hornets game of the season. Actually, technically, Shepherd is playing, Post 14 is playing as the road team here tonight, but local area game, so we decided to pick it up. Nick Verzolini alongside me, or Dylan Bishop. Dylan, let's go, man. It's baseball again.
Yeah, summer baseball out here for Post 14. Hot day. The sun's not really out with the clouds, but it's still hot nonetheless. But it's a good day for baseball. Get out here on Shepherd's Field and let some of these Shepherd coaches see what some of these young guys have to offer and get a good game here between Post 14 and Funkstown.
Yeah, we were joined by head coach of the Berkeley Post 14 Hornets, Trip Tobin, on the Sports Mix today, and we'll roll into that interview in just a little bit. But our pregame show brought to you by Hagerstown Ford, revolutionizing the car buying experience. Buy your next vehicle online, and they'll deliver it to you. If you don't like it, they'll take it back. On the other side of this break, we'll hear from Coach Trip Tobin of the Berkeley Post 14 Hornets. This is Post 14 Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Not sure where to go or who to trust with your flooring project? And start with Trips Flooring, proudly serving the area for more than 25 years, specializing in floor sanding and refinishing, along with installation of new flooring, including hardwood, tile, vinyl, laminate, carpet, and the hottest trend in flooring, luxury vinyl, tile, and luxury vinyl plank. Are you on a budget? Check out their warehouse, cash and carry, or call 304-229-7009, or visit them online at tripsfloorsanding.com.
Whoa, what's all this? Robbie's Quack Attack at Floor Pools? Pick a duck and save up to 15% off your in-store purchase? That's wild. Now through June 21st, pick a duck and save up to 15% on chemicals, toys, and limited supplies to have a safe and enjoyable summer in your pool. That's right, a lucky duck can save big bucks now through June 21st. Robbie knows your cool summer headquarters is Floor Pools. They've got hot tubs starting at just $49 a month, pools from $100 a month, and saunas starting at $80 a month. Don't forget about cold cold plunges, and endless pools too. And check this out. Floor Pools now offers plunge pools. These compact in-ground pools are perfect for smaller backyards, low maintenance, energy efficient, and ideal for cooling off, relaxing, or even fitness and hydrotherapy. Big style and small footprint. It's everything you want in a pool without taking over your yard. The pool experts at Floor Pools are here to help you all summer long. Floor Pools in Chambersburg, Hagerstown, and Martinsburg, where your summer oasis starts.
Hey, it's Cody from Cody's Auto Body.
You're a potty mouth.
But we do a really great job fixing cars after an accident.
I know, but you're still a potty mouth.
I'm possibly the best friend you could ever have.
You are, but potty mouth.
If you need your car repaired, come to Cody's Auto Body, located at 851 Wilson Street in Martinsburg. Because that's Cody's with a T for f***ing trust.
See? Potty mouth.
Leave me alone.
Trip Tobin. Trip, how's it going?
Going great.
You guys begin the season today against Funkstown, post 211. Just what can you tell us about the team this year, and what are you excited about today's opponent?
Well, I mean, this year's team is as young as they've been in a while. I mean, it was a kind of an odd year where we aged out a lot of our first-year college guys like Carson Buber and Cole Lewis and Jason Myers and then we also aged out plenty of guys that have been around the program for a long time, like Jordan Canby and Cam Moore, and those are just a few names I'll throw out there because we want to talk about this year's team. But yeah, I mean, we rode a wave there of some really good talent that we had for 2, 3, 4 years in a row, and those guys finally cycled through. So this year we're going to look for tremendous amount of the guys that were in the junior program last 2 years were very successul and make the step up. And we're really excited that got a couple of new faces, and Wyatt McClintock and Jameer Brown and Peanut Ingles coming over to throw, and so they give us a lot of depth in pitching, of course, a lot of first team all EPAC guys there, and utility guys. Wyatt and Jameer give us a lot of help us with our depth in the middle of infield, and so really looking forward to that. But I think once again, it kind of comes down to pitching, and we kind of have built this team around that as well. So, we're looking forward to, I think if we pitch well, I think the defense will be really good, and we just got to find a way for these young hitters to face some of these, 18, 19-year-old pitchers coming back maybe from first year of college.
Trip, you mentioned the pitching depth throughout your roster for your team, and that will definitely, it looks like, be put to the test this week as it's a busy week to begin the season for your program. Just tell us a little bit about what you're hoping to see from your guys lined up here after coming off either their college seasons or their high school seasons either a week or two ago or some more quickly.
Well, I mean, when you look at our pitching staff, I mean, you look at guys like Alex Danner and Grant Henderson and Jack Gross, the Engel, Jackson Earl, who's going to start for us tonight, Wyatt McClintock. I mean, Owen Rupenthal's coming back from West Virginia Tech, and he's put on some pounds and muscle and picked up some velo and learned a few things down there and a few pitches. He'll probably start tomorrow night against Frederick, but tonight we'll probably go more of a whole staff, kind of a Johnny whole staff. We want to get those many guys as we can out there in front of Coach Koala and let him see what's coming through the pike here in the Eastern Panhandle. So don't expect to see guys go out there for a long stint, but I expected Earl and Danner and Jet and McClintock and Jameer, who are all eligible tonight to throw, will be on the mound. Probably look at Henderson, for the Wednesday night game, possibly a few innings when we go play our area opponent. So Alter, Engel, Loper, even Edwards has thrown some this year. I just think that those guys really add a lot of depth and a lot of arms to there. There's guys in there that also want to pitch a little bit. That didn't get a lot of chance with Trace Huff and Oviedo, who can pitch. Cole Smith pitched a lot for the senior team last year, so don't be surprised if we get in a pinch if those guys don't get caught on the thrown inning as well. But really well-rounded, not many POs this year, not many pitcher-onlys. So guys are going to be in the game and not just kind of coming and going and 1 foot in, 1 foot out as kind as happens with a lot of pitcher only. So hope to be a unified group that want to fight through this year and fight through and learn, and they seem to be a hungry group, so that's really good. And we've got to get to our area tournament. We've got we've got a lot of tests ahead of us, to get to the area tournament and to the state tournament. So we hope to grow up real fast.
And Trip, you mentioned a couple times already the youth of this team. What do you think usually ends up being the biggest thing or two that these younger guys end up having to adjust to when they start playing these older guys that maybe they weren't seeing at the high school level?
Yeah, I mean, they're probably tonight. Funkstown, I don't know for sure, but they generally have a lot of, they have some college comebacks. I mean, throughout this week, Frederick the same way, and I think when we face that velocity and those guys that can pitch at that level, I think we have to. I think we really, have to have good at bats. The good thing is that, the Eastern Panhandle, the EPAC, as we've seen it all year long, is we know that even though that Henderson and Jett and Engel and Earl and some of those guys are younger, I mean, they are tremendous pitchers that these guys have had to either play with or play against have played against all spring. And so I think, I really feel like that those guys will be prepared to see, pitches in, 85 plus, with good breaking stuff and because I mean, I really feel like there was some good pitching scattered across the state, here and there, but I'm not sure that it was, compacted into this area, into any area like it was up here in our area.
And Trip, you mentioned, I guess earlier, just some of the guys coming over from the junior team. The junior team's already off and running. They're 10-2 to start the year. Just having that extra program and having guys that can play on both teams as well, how's that really helped you, and do you think helps these guys that are coming up from that level, that they've already kind of played Legion, they know what to expect, and even though it's a 17U, the Junior Hornets have played their fair share of 19U games as well over the years?
Yeah, I mean, they just got off of played a tough Blue Crabs team yesterday, an 18U team, and we did drop a few guys down, that probably are going to be on the varsity team, of course, or the senior team, of course. But yeah, I mean, those guys have been through the program. This is what it's all about. It's just kind of moving through. A couple guys from that team, like Grant and Jett, moved up last year. Played so that they understand it, and a couple of these other guys have been in the program with Healy and Danner, of course. Ovi went through came up and down. Pedersen's been in and out. So, I mean, Trace Huff, just a tremendous player there. Michael Potar, Cole Smith, they've all, been with us for a couple of years. I mean, we were very, very lucky to return, so many guys. I mean, except for a few guys that are moving on to some travel or something, we returned a very large portion of our guys that were eligible, and that's what makes us successful, is that, we don't lose guys every year. We lost a few guys to maybe a showcase or travel, but for the most part, those guys came back and are ready to play. But adding to as I was looking at this roster, adding to our newcomers, we brought in Sam Hefner again this year too. So 4 new guys there. He's going to solidify that outfield and bring a lot of speed to us as well. Him and Healy out there working together. So yeah, I mean, it's just nice to be able to work those together, to have basically a 36-man roster, to be able to, on days when we're a little short or maybe need something or need an outfielder or a catcher or something, to be able to go down there and, swing a guy up, and for those guys to learn and be around the older guys. And, hopefully in a couple years from now, we're talking about that team, all coming back. So, yeah, the junior team, it certainly presents its challenges as far as scheduling and umpires and paperwork and just a lot that's on you when you have to schedule nearly 70-some games a year and deal with motels and tournaments and fees and there's just a lot to it. But it's really rewarding to watch those guys grow.
You mentioned just how much this program has grown, Trip, and I know it's not just all on your shoulder, so I'll let you shout out the rest of the staff for your senior program and the junior program that help you out to make this continue to grow and grow.
Well, I mean, before we can even, you see a lot. You'll see guys out there that have the case jackets on, but you have to have a huge hats off to our area director Tasha, my sister, who takes care of all this paperwork and transfers and player fees and motels and things like that. So we have to give her a big shout out as our administrator that no one knows about. She's the schedules, people at the gate and takes care of just so many things. But when you want to look at the field and the field generals out there with Ethan Greenfield, he's been with this program since 2019. Sam Walls came on as a pitching coach, just great with the kids, unbelievable. And Tom Moore and Dan Poltar are both just big assets to our program. New coaches this year in the junior level with B.J. Elliott coming over. The Martinsburg, Spring Mills, Hedgesville guy, has a lot of contacts down there and has been around the kids, and Donnie Smith and Coach Bragg down there. Excuse me, Coach Donnie Smith and and I had a brain fart there with the third coach there. I'll see, it'll hit me here in a second. Too many names.
Scott
Bowman. Yep. Yeah, Scotty Bowman. I'd brag on my man, but yeah, Donnie Smith and Scotty Bowman and BJ doing a great job down there, and adding the guy in from Jefferson, Coach Matthias, who's just a great baseball IQ guy. So 4 guys down there working with 16, 18 guys, and 4 or 5 guys up here. So the player to coach ratio is great. Communication's great. The love for those guys are great, and I think that those guys should be. I think if you're a parent, a local kid, and you have to be happy that your son is around such a great group of guys that cares a lot for them and gives up their summer for $0. Other than there's a majority of us in the staff that have no kids involved. I mean, Sam and myself and Ethan and Tasha and Dan's been around, and he's a great guy to be in there. Dan Poltar's son does play, but you wouldn't know it. And the same way with Tom, there's no nepotism with those guys. They're just out there to help the program, and I appreciate them all.
Trip, you mentioned it a little bit, but what more can you say about the opportunity today to get to play at Shepherd and what that'll mean for the guys on the roster?
Coach Koali came in, and I watched him from afar a little bit, and just really impressed with, his, what he's doing down there, and he has I think he has a 5-year plan. I don't think he plans on leaving anytime soon. So we've got a little bit of a relationship with him. We get some young guys, some area guys in that we didn't see much prior to his coming to Shepherd. We didn't see a tremendous amount of area talent getting looks down there, but we see Jordan Canby coming back, and Chase Herndon down there, and Braden Stottlemyre, Riley Morgan's down there. Trey Sign has just left down there. We have Trevor Sharp down there. So, to see those guys get a chance to play at a great program in the PSAC and D2 baseball and get those opportunities, and for him to give us a chance to show our guys and him to get a relationship with them and kind of get them on the radar, I think is huge for the kids, and that's one of the reasons why tonight you're going to see a lot of turnover in the lineup and more about letting them showcase their skills as opposed to trying to get the W at all costs.
It's a 6 p.m. start tonight from Fairfax Field at Shepherd University. We'll be on the air around 5:45. Trip, we'll see you tonight. Good luck.
All right, thank you.
We welcome you back to Fairfax Field here on the campus of Shepherd University, and first pitch here is off the glove of the catcher for ball 1. Nick Verzlini alongside me, Dylan Bishop. Give you the starting lineups here in just a moment, but post 14 taking on Funkstown, post 211 out of Maryland. Trace Huff is at the plate going up against Walls, and the next pitch is a called strike 1 ball, 1 strike here on Huff.
And we listened to Coach Trip Tobin's interview that he had earlier today. He said that this team, the hitting, there's a lot of inexperienced guys in this lineup as ball 2 comes outside.
2-1 count here on Huff. Starting lineup for the Hornets: Huff, Healy, Edwards, Oviedo. Next pitch, a little bit high for a ball. Brown, Poltar, Gross, Alter, Hefner, and Jackson Earl is doing the pitching. And then for Funkstown, post 211, Eli Bowman will lead off. Face will bat second. Klein third. Fourth is Mertz. Batting fifth is Jackson. Thiessen is batting sixth. Seventh is Tucker. Eighth is Smith. And ninth is Wilson. And this one slapped the opposite way into left field, and charging over and making the catch in left is Alex Smith for the first out. So Huff is retired on the fly out to left field. And then that will bring Liam Healy to the plate, the right fielder.
It's a pretty nicely hit ball. It just couldn't quite get it to land in. The left fielder was playing close enough to the line. He was able to get to it.
Healy, coming off of his season at Jefferson High School. This one misses outside for ball one. The right fielder digs back in. Next pitch. Called a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike here on Liam Healy. Huff, Healy, Edwards, the top three in this post 14 lineup. As the next pitch called strike 2 on the outside corner.
It feels like we got a pretty good mix of the entire E-Pack on this roster here. As Tripp kind of alluded to, it's not a ton of experienced guys that are out of high school outside of graduating this spring.
This one misses outside for ball 2. And yeah, we'll see a good bit of guys kind of rotate through with this being game 1 of the season. Expect the Hornets to throw multiple pitchers. Jackson Earl getting the start, but probably no more than 2 or 3 innings, as Healy's going to slap this one into the bullpen for Funkstown. And also, this is an opportunity to show these guys and their talents, like you mentioned, Dylan, in the pregame, to the Shepherd coaching staff and whatever other people are in attendance that may have an impact on their future. So,
right. Great opportunity.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. The next pitch from the righty is popped up into center field. Eli Bowman rolls over and makes the catch in deep center for the second out. So Healy flies out to center, and then Braden Edwards will come to the plate. And so far it's a good start for Micah Walls on the mound. Or, I'm sorry, not Micah Walls. Hudson Walls. Wrote down the wrong name there, so apologize. Micah Wilson is doing the catching. The pitch here called strike 1 to the designated hitter, Braden Edwards.
Edwards brought a lot of power to Washington's lineup this past season.
And the 0-1. Outside for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. The defense behind Walls, Micah Wilson doing the catching. Colt Tucker down there at third. Cruz Jackson at short. Cam Face at first, Cam Mertz over there Cam Face at second, Cam Mertz at first. This one hit out towards center for Eli Bowman. And Bowman makes the catch on the run for the final out. It's Smith, Bowman, and Thiessen from left to right in the outfield. It's a 1-2-3 inning for the first inning of the Hornets 2025 season, and it ends in all flyouts here in the top half of the first. We'll head to the bottom of the first inning with Jackson Earl on the mound for the Berkeley Post 14 Hornets. This is American Legion Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
I pre-planned my funeral to make it easier on my family. They were relieved to know I'll get just what I want.
My family actually thanked me for taking matters into my own hands. Turns out having this awkward conversation wasn't awkward at all.
Pre-planning is my choice. There are certain things about me my family may not know. Now they won't need to guess.
The choices are yours. The peace of mind is theirs. Pre-plan your funeral with Brown Funeral Homes and everything will be taken care of. Find out more online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How can I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm John Everson, Private Wealth Advisor with the Marius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
We're back here on the campus of Shepherd University. Nick Verzolini alongside me, Dylan Bishop, Kyler High, as well as Kyle McLaughlin on the crew. And Talia Tompkins, our other camera person here today. And we'll see Jackson Earl on the mound for the Berkeley Post 14 Hornets. It'll be Eli Bowman to lead things off for Funkstown. Post 211, left-handed hitting center fielder. Made some nice plays on the run out there in center. Earl, we didn't really see too much of Washington, Dylan, this spring just due to how the schedules worked out, but he had a great season again for them, and they were once again very competitive. But didn't quite get past Hedgesville to reach the regional, as this one misses outside, or I'm sorry, hits the zone for strike one.
Oviedo playing way up in the grass over at third, expecting a bunt.
Yeah, Bowman looks quick from what we saw earlier. As Michael Poltar doing the catching, Brayden Oviedo down there at third, and the next pitch, swing and a miss for strike two. Oviedo at third, Jameer Brown at short, Trace Huff at second, Jet Gross at first, Alter, Hefner, Healy from left to right in the outfield as this one's fouled away by Bowman.
Off a house over in the third base side. That's always felt like a tough part of this field, is to get these houses right in broken window territory.
As they're taking strike three on the inside corner, so Bowman goes down looking to start things. That'll bring Face to the plate. Our starting lineups brought to you by Floor Pools. Make every day better with a hot tub or swimming pool. Floor Pools has locations in Martinsburg, Chambersburg, and Hagerstown. Our starting battery brought to you by Cody's Auto Body at 851 Wilson Street in Martinsburg. This one misses low and inside for ball one. Call 304-901-4777 or visit their Facebook page. And our first inning brought to you both by the Brown Funeral Home, proudly serving the area since 1880, as well as Century 21 Monterey Results. The Larry DeMarco team at Century 21, looking for a home in the tri-state area, then call the Larry DeMarco team at 304-250-3551 or visit them online at www.modernreallyresults.com. It's a 1-1 count here, and this one's hit into left field for a base hit for Face. So the first hit of the day goes to Funkstown.
Nice piece of hitting there. Sat back on the fastball a little bit. Drove it the opposite way.
Klein now coming to the plate. The runner on first and one out. Earl checks the runner and delivers. And that one's in the zone for strike one here to the designated hitter, Klein.
Yeah, Coach Tobin said that there will probably be a lot of pitchers that we see today. So a lot of these guys can go full force while they're up there.
Yeah, that one misses outside for ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike. Yeah, I mean, anytime, too, you're starting a new season, no matter when the season ended, I guess you could say, for these guys. You want to kind of give a lot of different guys opportunities, give a lot of guys looks. As Earl throws, it gets away from the first baseman, Gross, and that will allow Face to take second. So runner on second base after the pickoff attempt failed. So 1-1 count, 1 out, and a runner in scoring position now for Funkstown 2-11.
Just an errant throw. Got to be careful with those pickoffs and giving extra bases.
Especially when you haven't worked with the first baseman a whole lot. Yep. Chopper here, hit back behind the mound, and Earl will throw quickly over to first for the out. So Klein grounds out to the pitcher, but the runner does advance to third base. I'm going to bring Mertz to the plate.
And now that error on the pickoff attempt comes back to bite you, because 1 out, the runner's on third when he could just be at second.
We do have 2 outs here, as we had a strikeout to begin things.
You're right.
So.
The scoreboard still says 1 out.
Yep, all good. But a runner on third, and the 1-0. Called a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike here on Mertz, the first baseman. Batting from the right side, Earl kicks, steals, and delivers, and misses outside for ball 2. Both teams in similar uniforms. Berkeley Post 14 in the blue, red and white with the gray pants. As this one misses outside for a ball, and then Funkstown in the red jerseys, more of like a navy blue. And a little bit of white mixed in with the gray pants as well. 3 balls, 1 strike count here on Mertz, the first baseman. Earl delivers on 3-1, and it's hit hard but foul. Bring it to a full count. Three balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner on third base. For Funkstown. And Jackson Earl delivers the 3-2. And runs inside and fouled away by Mertz.
We were protecting the plate there with 2 strikes, but that was pretty far inside. He would have been down at first base.
This count remains 3 balls and 2 strikes. Runner on third, and the next pitch. Hit hard up the middle toward Jameer Brown, the shortstop, and Brown fires over to Gross for the final out of the inning. So Berkeley Post 14 able to keep that runner for Funkstown at third, and we'll head to the second. Still no score between the 2 teams. This is American Legion Baseball on Talk Radio, WRNR, and TV10. We're back in 1 minute.
Hi, Crescia Hornby here. Larry DeMarco, broker of Modern Realty Results, believes he has some of the best real estate agents in the Eastern Panhandle. Agents at Modern Realty Results have years of experience and knowledge of the local real estate market. Agents within the office work as a team to provide quality customer service. We strive to always ensure client satisfaction through handling every transaction with honesty and integrity, all while offering competitive rates. Modern Realty Results is veteran-owned and managed. Please call us at 262-4222, modernrealtyresults.com.
It's the new normal. You live, work, and play everywhere. Whether it's the family car or the family business, you need insurance that keeps pace with your changing life. Home on the job or working from home, peace of mind comes from knowing your whole world is covered. No matter what happens or how big it grows, whatever your new normal, Erie Insurance's award-winning service and personal agents can keep pace. Call your local agent today or visit erieinsurance.com for a quote.
We welcome you back here to Fairfax Field on the campus of Shepherd University. American Legion baseball action for you. Funkstown Post 211 taking on the Berkeley Post 14 Hornets. Hornets went down 1-2-3 in the top of the first. Here in the top of the second, it's going to be Oviedo, Brown, and Poltar due up for Berkeley Post 14. Our top half of the second inning brought to you by Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson. Visit burkeandschultz.com. We play hardball. No score between the 2 teams as we wait the pitch to Oviedo. And misses inside for ball 1. Oviedo playing third. His typical spot. And the 1-0. Chopper hit in between third and short. A great effort by Cruz Jackson, but not going to be able to come up and make a throw as Oviedo is on with an infield single.
Just hit it in the perfect spot. Nice play by the shortstop over there. Be able to make that play, but only a couple inches away from that rolling into left field, but you get about the same result.
Yep, kept it in the infield, though, as Jameer Brown comes to the plate, and Jameer takes that one for a called strike. Brown coming off of a really good season for Martinsburg. And this one taken low for a ball. Jameer still has another year with the Bulldogs, so very bright future for him. 1 ball, 1 strike, and the next pitch to Brown. Hit hard. That's past the diving glove of Colt Tucker and into left field for a base hit. So the Hornets with back-to-back singles. And Michael Poltar will come to the plate.
Well, we perhaps shouldn't be surprised that's what just happened there. Hudson Walls started a game against Martinsburg this year, April 29th, for Grace Academy. Went 1 2/3 innings, gave up two hits and 4 walks, 6 runs, only 3 of them earned, though. Jameer Brown actually pitched on the other side of it and went 1 for 3 with 1 hit and a walk.
So that one ran in and hit Poltar. So in his first plate appearance of the season, he's on with a hit-by pitch. And with him being the catcher, we'll see if they get a courtesy runner for him, but also he's known as a pretty good base runner, so should be interesting. Actually, not sure. Maybe in Legion they don't even have courtesy runners. I can't remember exactly. No, they do. So they're going to run
I think
for
that's
Poltar.
Grant Henderson going out there for him.
Yep. So Henderson will run for Poltar, and Poltar will head to the bench. Jet Gross will come to the plate with the bases loaded here for Berkeley Post 14. And the pitch low for ball 1. Gross, the left-handed hitter.
Christian Alter on deck.
Walls' next pitch is fouled away by Gross.
Christian Alter had 2 RBIs in that game against Grace Academy, in which Hudson Walls started. But again, he only went 1 2/3 innings, so can't chalk all of that up to his pitching.
1 ball, 1 strike. This one low for ball 2. 2-1 count here on Gross. Bases are loaded for the Hornets. Still nobody out after a single from Oviedo, a single from Jameer Brown, and a hit by pitch to Michael Poltar. The next pitch on 2-0. High for ball 3. So Gross trying to walk in the first run here of the Hornets season and give Berkeley an early 1-0 lead. Gross digs back in. Walls resets himself on the mound and delivers the 3-0. That's a called strike, a late called strike, as Gross was already getting ready to throw the bat down. 3-2 count here. So, full count, and see if Gross can find a way on. And the pitch on 3-2 just sends a slow dribbler over towards short. They'll get 1, throw to first, not in time, so Gross beats it out on the fielder's choice and drives in the run. As Oviedo comes around to score, it's Berkeley Post 14-1, Funkstown Post 2-11, nothing.
The speed of Jack Gross gets him an RBI. Beating out the throw on the double play attempt. I got Christian Alter coming up here.
Yep, Alter coming to the plate. Just 1 out here, so Alter sends a bunt.
Squeeze.
It's a slow roller, but it's going to go foul down the line.
I can tell you I found the play-by-play from that Grace Academy game. Hudson Walls' appearances against players that are in this one gave up a single to Jameer Brown and fielder's choice, grounder, I should say, against Christian Alter.
Well, Alter hitting here against Walls, trying to get a hit and build on the early 1-0 Hornet lead at the top of the first inning. Or top of the second inning, excuse me. Runner takes off, and Gross hit and run. Alter sends it into center. That will get down for a base hit. Gross is flying into third. Scoring is the courtesy runner, and it is, scoring is Jameer Brown, and it is 2-0. Berkeley Post 14.
I'll get into walls early. It's been good hitting. Christian Alter, we know, went through some struggles during parts of the high school season, but comes up with a big hit there.
I bring Hefner to the plate now. Center fielder. And Alter takes second, standing up, or he could have stood up as the ball got away from the catcher, Wilson. So Hefner hitting in the 9-hole with his speed, trying to turn it back to the top, and we'll have a mound visit here, possibly an early change. As we mentioned, probably neither team will go too long with their pitching staff, and it looks like that will do it for Hudson Walls. So we'll go ahead and take a 1-minute break, and when we come back, we'll have the pitching change for you. This is American Legion Baseball on Talk Radio, WRNR and TV 10.
Insurance companies like to play games. They say they're on your side, but they aren't. We have a team that can handle any curveball they throw. At Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson, you get a dedicated lawyer, and every case gets a team effort. So you get nearly 150 combined years of experience going to bat for you. And we like to win. Join the team that takes your personal injury case seriously. Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson. We play hardball.
Who is Congress's big, beautiful bill really for? Because it's not West Virginians. This bill makes the biggest cuts to food assistance in history, slashing help for working families, taking school meals from kids, and hiking grocery prices, and then dumps the cost onto state lawmakers and food pantries. It's a handout to the wealthy, paid for by West Virginians. Senator Capito and Senator Justice, will you stand with West Virginians or wealthy special interests? Paid for by West Virginia Citizen Action Education Fund.
Here at Fairfax Field on the campus of Shepherd University, 2-0 Berkeley Post 14, as the Hornets got to Hudson Walls, and we're going to see a new pitcher out there. It's a left-hander for Post 211.
I believe this is number 14, Liam Kelly. I'm going off of handwriting.
Looks right to me, at least based off of the number. Ian or Liam? I'd go Ian. I think that's I-A-N. Ian Kelly.
I went either way with it, yeah.
So I think Ian Kelly is our new pitcher here. Lefty. It's runners on second and third here for the Hornets. And
yeah, Ian Kelly from North Hagerstown High School.
Hefner hitting. Walls goes 1 1/3, 3 hits, 2 runs, both of them earned. Out there is our pitching change, brought to you by Smallwood and Small Insurance in Martinsburg, your total insurance solution. Located at 1250 Edwin Miller Boulevard, Suite 301. Call 304-263-3361. Hefner hitting here with 2 on. And Hefner lays down the bunt attempt. It is pulled back, though. Got away from the catcher, Wilson, for a second, but he's able to get back to it. It's a 2-0 count. Runners take their leads. And Kelly's next pitch, another bunt attempt, pulled back, though, by Hefner. So he sits in on 3-0 now.
That's a tough spot. Of course, the pitcher knows what he's going for, so he's not going to give him anything to hit. But now you're working with a 3-0 count.
Now there's no reason for Hefner to even show bunt on 3-0, but he will take the called strike.
I think he could have showed it with the idea of just, hey, maybe pull it back no matter what. See if it messed with the pitcher at all.
Runners on second and third, 2-0 Hornets, top of the second inning, and the pitch. Taken for ball 4, and Hefner's on with a walk.
That was a close one. Good eye.
So just one out here in the inning, and Hefner reaches safely on the walk. Bases are back to being loaded for Trace Huff. Huff a fly out to left field his first time. Chance to add on to this lead for the Hornets, and Huff swings and misses for strike one. Huff had a great season for Washington in the leadoff spot for them, and that carries over here to the Legion season. As the next pitch, Huff's going to again send it the opposite way into the gap this time, but making the play on the run is Alex Smith. Runner will score on the tag up from third and Jet Gross, and it is 3-0 Hornets on the sac fly for Trace Huff.
Well, the one thing that he couldn't really do there for Huff was strike out or hit into a ground ball double play. Yeah, get the ball in the air. That's what you're really shooting for. And gets the job done, gets a run in.
Yeah, it was well hit. They were just playing him pretty well and hung up in the air a little bit too long, and Smith was able to get to it. But, yeah, did his job for sure there, as this will be taken for a called strike one to Liam Healy. So runners on first and second for the Hornets. Now 2 outs in the inning. And the next pitch, chopper hit toward third. Big bounce off the grass and throwing to first, not in time. It was Colt Tucker, and reaching safely is Liam Healy, the speedy Healy, with the infield single.
And the ball seems to really pop up off the turf here. And it's led to a lot of opportunities to beat out infield singles here.
So 3-0, and the bases are loaded again for Edwards this time, who will take that pitch for a called strike. Yeah, we've seen Healy with multiple infield singles throughout the year, so he's got wheels down there at first. You definitely want to try to play it as quickly as possible when he's hitting, as the next pitch is well outside for ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike here on Edwards. Edwards flew out to center his first time. Saw some good things from Eli Bowman there in center early in this game. Made some putouts on the run.
We know Edwards has power. We've seen him hit a grand slam before in high school season a couple seasons ago.
1-1 count is called strike 2 to Edwards.
Granted, it's a little harder to get yourself grand slam out here with the college length fences maybe being further back. I don't know than, compared to like P.O. Faulkner.
Yeah, hard to tell. This one fouled away. I'll tell you, center field looks farther, but it could just be.
Center field's way out there. You'd have to wonder what the distance would be for you to go and hit one off of Thatcher Hall back there.
I don't know.
Shaw to the right, little closer, but still.
This one fouled away.
Edwards fighting.
Think Brenton Doyle ever hit one out there?
Maybe. I feel like his power, at least at the major league level, has come on a little later in his career, but I mean, I'm sure he had to have.
1-2, fouled away. Yeah, I mean, but he's got the elevation now.
It's true.
So.
Yeah, we're not quite a mile high over here.
1-2 count. Bases loaded for Braden Edwards and the Berkeley Post 14 Hornets, who lead it here 3-0 against the Funkstown Post 211. 1-2 count. The pitch to Edwards. Hit hard, but it's right back to the shortstop, Jackson, who will throw to first in time for the out. So Berkeley Post 14 plates 3, though, in the second. And it's 3-0 Hornets as we head to the bottom half of the inning. This is American Legion Baseball on Talk Radio, WRNR and TV 10.
Life is evolving. Over the past decade, the way we do almost everything has changed. Get on your phone, see something you like, click on it, and it shows up at your door. Why should the way you have your car serviced be any different? Why waste your time going to a dealership service department when Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to you? They service all makes, all models, and offer full parts and labor warranties. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to your door or office and service your vehicle while you're doing what you need to be doing, conducting that business meeting or mowing the lawn. Why take time out of your busy schedule when you don't have to? Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet's friendly, knowledgeable staff will come to you where you live or where you work for full service maintenance, from oil changes to tire rotations, brakes, batteries, multi-point inspections. They handle it all. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet is committed to delivering the best of the best to their customers. Trust them to service your vehicle where you're at home or at work. Skip the time-consuming and terminal wait at the dealership. Schedule your appointment at fordofhagerstown.com or hancockchevy.com.
We're back here at Fairfax Field on the campus of Shepherd University. Nick Verzolini, Dylan Bishop, happy to have you with us. Berkeley Post 14 leads Funkstown Post 2-11, 3-0 as we enter the bottom of the second inning, which is brought to you by the Berkeley County Health Department. Prevent, Promote, Protect, offering public clinical and environmental services at 122 Waverly Court in Martinsburg. So we are at the 5, 6, 7 part of the lineup. It's Jackson, then Thiessen, and then Tucker due up. That's the first pitch. Here's a called strike one to Jackson. Cruz Jackson, the shortstop, made some good plays there in that last half inning. As the pitch from Earl, high and outside for a ball. Jackson Earl in that first inning of work. 1 hit, 1 strikeout for him. Couple ground outs. This one slapped toward right. A diving attempt at first and a great catch by Jet Gross. So Gross makes the play on the line out. Don't see him play a whole lot of first during the high school season. Surf Guerra kind of patrols that area for the Cougars. But certainly capable of handling it, as we've seen throughout the Legion seasons. This one a called strike.
It's always demoralizing to get an out that way as a hitter, where you're kind of just trying to keep yourself alive, hit it foul. But hit it too softly. Stayed in play enough for Gross to extend out for it.
Yeah, overall, I mean, sometimes you just got to give credit to the defense as well. But yeah, it is tough if you are Jackson there at the plate. It's Jackson Thiessen hitting here. And he comes in on a 1-2 count. Jackson Earl, the right-hander, steps back on the rubber and resets. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. And the pitch. Taken high for ball 2. Thiessen over there at first today for Funkstown. And the 2-2. Low for ball 3. It's a full count.
Well, Earl is using all of his pitches he has to work with here. He was ahead 1-2 in the count. Couldn't get in the chase.
And the 3-2 is a called strike 3 on the outside corner, freezing Thiessen for the strikeout, and that'll bring Tucker to the plate.
That's exactly how you approach an at-bat like that, when you have control, like, to that extent, where you can put a fastball right on the black. Use your 1-2 and 2-2 pitches, see if they'll chase a breaking ball.
Colt Tucker, the third baseman, takes this one high for ball 1. 1-0 count here on Tucker. Earl trying to make it a 1-2-3 inning. This one fouled away. 2 strikeouts now for him after he got Thiessen looking. 1 ball, 1 strike here on Tucker. And the next pitch outside for ball 2. things starting to cool down a little bit here as the sun goes down, but still a hot one here in Shepherdstown as this one misses low. Misses low for ball 3.
And the sun, it's on its way down, so we're still feeling a little bit of the heat. But
3 balls, 1 strike, and the next pitch. Called strike 2 there on the outside corner.
Hard to really say if it's not the right call or not. But some of these strike calls have been so late that that's what's really throwing off these batters. They've seen them.
3-2, got him looking for strike 3, so it's back-to-back strikeouts for Earl to end the inning. It's a 1-2-3 inning as well. We will head to the top of the 3rd. Our score, Berkeley Post 14, 3. Funkstown 2-11, nothing.
At the Berkeley County Health Department, our motto is prevent, promote, protect. Since 1935, our mission has been to provide clinical and environmental services to protect the health of the general public. We're committed to building public health in our community by offering a wide range of services, including blood pressure screening, breast and cervical screening, family planning, counseling, lab testing, and more. We perform health inspections to make sure the restaurants you visit are clean, and we prepare and coordinate plans to respond to all hazards. The Berkeley County Health Department, 122 Waverly Court, Martinsburg.
Berkeley Post 14 baseball is back. Catch every Hornets home game this season and the Legion Area Tournament right here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Pavanelli rounds 3rd, coming home to score. The throw on the money. The tag not in time. Pavanelli's safe, and Berkeley Post 14 walks it off in the bottom of the 8th. Landon Sifford is the hero for the Hornets.
Your home of Berkeley Post 14 baseball is right here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Fairfax Field on the campus of Shepherd University, 3-0 Berkeley Post 14 as we enter the 3rd inning, which is brought to you by the WVU Medicine, Berkeley, and Jefferson Medical Centers. Leading healthcare here and everywhere. Nick Verzolini alongside me, Dylan Bishop here. Dylan, it's been good showing for the Hornets in that last inning that they were at the plate. 4 hits, 3 runs come across the score. So, did a little bit of everything, too. They were able to manage across those runs with a sac fly and a fielder's choice as well.
Yeah, they got to Hudson Walls a little bit, got him out of the game. Now they've gone into the bullpen with Ian Kelly. So we'll see what he can do and hope they won't get fooled again.
So Oviedo, which is where we led things off as they nearly batted around in that 2nd inning. Oviedo led things off of a single, an infield single. Back in the 2nd inning, and the pitch here to Oviedo is a called strike on the inside corner. Upper inside corner, I should say. And the next pitch. Low for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Looks like you got some activity out in the bullpen for Post 14. Out past the left field fence. From here, can't tell who it is, but Coach Tobin's comments on how this game was going to go is the old Johnny Holstaff, as he likes to say. Then I assume we've probably seen the end of Jackson Earl up on the mound.
Yeah, I remember him mentioning, we'd see some Jet, I think, at some point. So could be Gross, could be really anybody. We'll see. They have a lot of pitching on this team, which was pretty obvious from the interview earlier. 2-1 count.
I think it's Alex Danner. I think that's an 11 I see out on that jersey.
Yeah, that would make some sense as well, since Danner's coming in from the bench. 2-1. Fouled away by Oviedo. Count even. 2 balls and 2 strikes to the Jefferson third baseman. Three 0 Hornets. Ian Kelly, the lefty, delivers again, and Kelly's pitch fouled away. Ovi?
He's done a lot of great work these last few years. In the batter's box, big part of Martinsburg's lineup, even as a sophomore. Moving over to Jefferson this past year.
2-2. Oviedo sends it again, this time through the 5-6 hole into left field. 4-base hit. So Ovi's got back-to-back singles in his last 2 plate appearances. After the single earlier that was an infield single, as it was a great diving stop by Cruz Jackson to keep it in the infield, but he was unable to make a throw. And then that one had a little bit more power on it as it's past both Jackson and Tucker to get into left field. And now Jameer Brown, who had a single his last time through that 5-6 hole, comes to the plate here and takes that pitch from Kelly high for ball 1. Jameer, again at shortstop today. We'll see, I'm sure, some of him on the mound throughout the season, and perhaps some of his versatility at other spots as well, as this one gets away from the catcher, Micah Wilson, and moving up to second base is Oviedo. But early in his career for the Bulldogs, he was a first baseman due to Hudson Collette playing shortstop, and then after that they had Carson Buber, so he didn't really move over to short until all those guys got out of his way.
He had some stiff competition.
This one's fouled away by Jameer. But the fact that he was always in some sort of part of the lineup, or I guess it was just Buber for him. I believe Hudson already would have graduated, I think, by the time Jameer was playing. But either way, shortstop was locked down at Martinsburg for a number of years. And it still is, Jameer Brown. This one's taken low for a ball. All starts to run together after a while, Dylan. But
right.
I think I'm remembering now correctly, because Hudson, when he was there, they would have had a different kid playing first.
Yeah, I think Jameer a couple years behind, but was definitely playing first base because of Buber.
Yes. 3-2 here.
I think Buber was a junior when Jameer was a freshman. That sounds about right.
Hunter takes his lead off second. Next pitch, big swing and a miss for strike 3 as Brown goes down swinging on the 3-2. So he's 1 for 2 today with the single and the strikeout. And Michael Poltar coming to the plate here, hit by a pitch. His first time on the first pitch he saw, so not much of an at-bat there for Poltar. And we'll see if he can do something here with a runner on second. And now 1 away in the inning. And this one low for ball 1.
Post 14 has a chance to open this up. They've been hitting the ball really well so far.
Yeah, Kelly might be able to calm things down a little bit with the strikeout just there, and it seems like he's at least operating a little bit slower than Walls was as he gets that one called a strike. So he's kind of slowed down the pace of the game a little bit, maybe threw off the hitters. Also being a lefty, that's different, obviously, than what they were seeing earlier. The next pitch, big swing and a miss for Poltar for strike 2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Oviedo over there on second. So the Hornets try to drive him in. Poltar, one of the few veterans on this team that returned from college to come back and play this summer. This one's low for ball 2. Gets away from the catcher, and again, advancing now to third is Oviedo. I want to say it's just Poltar and Rupenthal that are guys that return from the college ranks on this team.
And Rupenthal's not even on today's roster.
Yeah, so must not be here. So one of the veterans in the lineup today, Michael Poltar. A lot of guys do still return that were either with the junior Hornets or with the senior team last year, but most of them were in high school. So
yeah, just kind of bad luck in terms of how many guys you kind of aged out all at once.
Yeah, sometimes you get those funny baseball birthdays
Yeah.
that can work out for you, but also hurt you in some ways. On a 3-2, Poltar draws the walk. But it allows other guys opportunities, and there's still a tremendous amount of talent in this area. You don't really feel like the team's dropped off in any way either, so it's kind of crazy.
Yeah, the junior team was so good that you don't really worry about losing all those guys at once. You might say that there could be some growing pains in there somewhere, but I mean, just look at where all these guys were positioned during the high school season, and from that perspective, you feel pretty good about them.
Yeah, it'll be a little bit of a tougher competition.
Yeah.
Facing some guys that are a little bit older, but Poltar's going to take off and take second, and now a third down to third, and that was a mistake. Oviedo will score easily now on the error, as Oviedo got him to throw it down. Throw was high from Wilson to Tucker. Tucker couldn't leap up and snag it, and Ovi easily scores from third to make it a 4-0 game now. And as I noted earlier, Poltar can run for himself, and he did run for himself there. He's down there at second. So he had good speed taking off, and then now they'll bring on the courtesy runner with him in scoring position, but chance to show off some of his base running abilities. And looks like Henderson will come on and run for him once again. With Gross hitting. Gross had a RBI fielder's choice his last time. And has a chance to drive in some more runs here at 4-0. Berkeley post 14 here in the third. A big swing and a miss for Gross for strike.
Yeah, Oviedo showed with that errant throw that's why you take that little bit of a lead when a pitch comes in like that. See if you can get them to take the bait.
Big swing and miss from Gross for strike three, so he goes down swinging. Second strikeout of the inning for Ian Kelly. And I'll bring Christian Alter to the plate, who had an RBI single his last time.
And now he's going to have to do it against a different pitcher if he wants another one here with 2 outs. And Kelly has done well. Gave up the hit to Oviedo, but that's your cleanup hitter.
Next pitch. Called a strike.
Of course, the walk. But, yeah, go ahead.
You mentioned Alter's big season last year for Martinsburg and some of the, I guess, inconsistencies at times this past year, but I feel like he really put a lot of pressure on himself, and if he can just not have to do that as much, especially on this team with all the guys around him, I think he could have a really good summer for Berkeley Post 14.
Yeah, he was one of Martinsburg's few seniors. He was hitting at a pivotal spot in the order. I think maybe that kind of stuff got to him a little bit.
You just tell sometimes his frustration being a little bit high, and sometimes if you get that consistently,
pressing a little bit.
Yeah, you're going to struggle in baseball. But he still had a good year. It's not to say that he had a bad season or anything like that, but comparatively, it wasn't the year that he had probably hoped for. But here's a big swing and a miss for Alter for strike three, so he goes down there. Kelly bringing it out of the bullpen. 3 strikeouts there in the inning. Unfortunately, though, for him and the 211 Hornets, or the Funkstown 211, I should say. Not every team's the Hornets. It was a defensive mistake that led to a run coming across. So it's 4-0 Berkeley post 14 as we head to the bottom of the third inning. See if Funkstown can get some runs up on the board, or if our new pitcher, Alex Danner, can continue the good start from Jackson Earl. This is American Legion Baseball on Talk Radio, WRNR, and TV10. We're back in 1 minute.
WVU Medicine is excited to announce the opening of our new ear, nose, and throat location in Hagerstown. Our trusted ear, nose, and throat specialists are expanding their expert care in the region. From sinus treatment to complex thyroid conditions, WVU Medicine Ear, Nose, and Throat is here to help you breathe easier and feel your best. WVU Medicine Ear, Nose, and Throat, Hagerstown, 13 Western Maryland Parkway, Suite 106. Now scheduling new patients at 304-262-9400.
This new Rockstar Rewards card really rocks. You get 3 times more points and other cool stuff. It can turn water into gas. Boom! You get 10 cents off a gallon for the first 30 days and 3 cents after that.
You have 1,000 points.
I'll be back. It's like stealing candy from a baby. Bam! It's a piece of cake. It's like shooting fish in a barrel. They even give you a free gift on your birthday. Woohoo! And it turns water into wine.
No.
Get the new Rockstar Rewards card and get more stuff.
It's a no-brainer.
We welcome you back here. Some changes here for the Hornets, as not only is Alex Danner coming on to pitch, looks like Poltar went to left, and then we have a new catcher, which I thought he said was Earl, but I don't think that is correct. So maybe I just misheard.
It's
Cole Smith.
Yeah, okay, there you go.
That made sense to me, but I didn't want to say it before knowing for certain. So Cole Smith was catching, and now Alter's day done, as he's no longer, or not his day done, but he's at least no longer in the field for now. May indicate that he could be coming on to pitch at some point. But Alex Danner is now in on the mound for the Hornets, and this one's fouled away, hits it off the pole for strike two. This is Alex Smith. So Jackson Earl, good day out there on the mound for Berkeley Post 14. 2 innings, 1 hit, 3 strikeouts. Alex Danner trying to come in and pick up where Earl left off, and he does with a swing and a miss for strike 3, which Earl ended the second with back-to-back strikeouts to Deason and Tucker. So Smith goes down swinging, and that will bring Wilson to the plate.
It's a heck of a sound off that pole, huh?
Yeah.
I thought maybe my stream I was watching on Max just ended.
Kinda, yeah. See that? Wilson with a big swing and a miss for strike 1. One out here in the inning. Bottom half of the third. Low for ball 1, brought to you by Rock's Local Markets. With convenient locations around the Eastern Panhandle, Rock's, fast, fresh, friendly. And the next pitch. Called a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes here on Wilson, the catcher, Micah Wilson. Danner to his catcher, Cole Smith. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Alex Danner with back-to-back strikeouts out of the bullpen. And another thing with Smith now behind the plate, you get that familiarity there. So Jefferson pitching to Jefferson.
The nasty curveball he got for that strikeout. They were giving him some heat early in the at-bat.
Back to the top of the order here, and Bowman, who struck out looking his first time, and Eli Bowman's going to take this one low and inside for ball 1. (1-0) misses outside for ball 2, and earlier you had that as well with Earl pitching to Poltar. You had the Washington connection. Not exactly last season, but still played there at the same time. And the 2-0, is a swing and a foul ball for strike 1. Smith and Danner will get a new baseball here.
That Funkstown lineup has not gotten a whole lot going. They got that one runner to third base in the first inning, and that's really about the most they've had to show.
Yeah, just anything. One hit face with that single earlier, and he was able to advance, but never threatened too much, as there's a strike called for strike 2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 4-0 Hornets here in the third. And the pitch from Alex Danner. Grounder. Could be some trouble. Charging in is Huff. He'll throw wide of Jet Gross. Gross will have to run it down in the bullpen. Going for 2 is the runner. That one's low and out of the reach of Jameer Brown. And reaching base safely is Bowman. So tough play for Trace Huff. Charging in. Throw might have had a chance to get him if it was perfect. But
I thought so.
Yeah. Unfortunately for the Hornets, it was offline a little bit. It looked like initially that Bowman was going to be able to beat that out pretty easily just because of where it was hit. But yeah, you would still rule that an E4, I do believe.
I think you have to. My gut was saying that hit the batter off the bat, but it's just a slow roller. Making you sweat a little bit with 2 outs here. See what Danner can do.
Yeah, runner in scoring position for Face, who had the hit earlier as well. So Hornets are rolling at a single. I could see that, but I felt like if Huff made the right perfect throw, it would have got the out.
I think it's fair.
So next pitch, called a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 outs, runner on second. Next pitch, hit well, but going to head foul down the line. Poltar chasing after it and will not get there. Poltar showing some of that versatility. He'll play pretty much anywhere, it seems like, for this team. He won't pitch, I don't believe, but we could see him at the corner infields, the corner outfields, and behind the plate. So, very versatile guy. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner on second base. And the next pitch to Face. Breaking ball froze him for strike 3. Nasty pitch from Alex Danner on the outside corner. And that runner that reached base safely didn't matter, as the Hornets keep it a shutout as we enter the 4th. 4-0 Berkeley Post 14. We're back in 1 minute. This is American Legion Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Good morning. This is your wake-up call. It's a bright, sunshiny day here in the Eastern Panhandle.
Catch the excitement of Little League Baseball this summer on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10.
And he takes a pitch for strike 3. Trenton Smetic closes it out.
The fun begins with the Area 1 tournament June 19th through the 23rd and continues with the District 6 tournament July 3rd and 4th. And it's all right here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10.
We're back here at Fairfax Field on the campus of Shepherd University. Nick Verzolini, Dylan Bishop here on the call. Kyle McLaughlin back in the studio. Kyler High and Talia Tompkins are on camera for us this evening as we welcome you back here to the top half of the 4th inning, which is brought to you by the Skinner Accident Injury Lawyers, representing accident injury claims for over 50 years. Go to SkinnerWins.com. We are at the 9-1-2 hitters in the lineup. This will be Hefner, Huff, and Healy due up. Triple H. It's time to play the game, Dylan.
Time to play the 4th inning of the game, yeah.
Maybe they should start Hefner, Huff, and Healy just to make it the top 3.
Can we get a Hunter, Hurst, and Helmsley down here? Yeah. Then we all logical last names. You think about it, yeah. That guy had 3 last names.
What a guy.
And then his real name.
Yeah, it's a lot of names.
It's too many
to go by.
Guy had a lot of nicknames too. Too many.
It's true. But you always gotta like a good nickname, Dylan. We do have a pitching change as well.
True. We do. Looks like Nolan Rayleigh
Yeah, call to the bullpen brought to you by Small Insurance and Martinsburg, your total insurance solution at 1250 Evan Miller Boulevard, Suite 301. Call 304-263-3361. Hornets coming back to the plate with a 4-0 lead. Here is the pitch. Called a strike. Yeah, I have 18, Sean Saylor.
18.
Is that not 18? Or am I looking at it wrong?
I thought it was 16, but we'll keep looking.
Could be 16. Nolan Raleigh. Oh, yeah, it is a 6. It looked like an 8 because of how I was looking through it through the thing, but I believe you're correct there. So, Raleigh on the mound. And his pitch hit on the ground by Hefner, I believe is now actually Cole Smith. So
yeah,
my Triple H didn't even work.
You hate to see it.
Yeah, but that is Raleigh pitching. Smith with the ground out there. And we're back to Trace Huff. One out here in the inning. Raleigh's next pitch. Huff is going to foul away. And that'll be unplayable there in left field for Alex Smith.
So we'll have to see. That was the pitcher spot in the order. To see if that means that Danner won't be back out there to pitch again, or if he can.
Well, it was the 9-hole, so it was the center fielder spot. They had the DH.
Oh, I see.
Edwards.
I'm just looking at the lineup card wrong.
Yeah, it was
Don't
a little bit
mind
of a
me.
different lineup card. It had a spot for the pitcher instead of your normal just 1 through 9. But Huff hitting here. It's first game. We're getting used to new lineup cards, jersey numbers, people moving around. So for now, I'm guessing that Danner will still be out there, but it's also possible that they could make a change at some point here. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Now I know what my confusion was earlier as this one gets away. So Smith came in for the center fielder and Hefner, and then what he was telling us earlier was Earl went to center.
There you go.
From the mound. And Poltar went from catcher to left field. So clear that up there.
Yeah, moving guys all around, getting everybody some playing time.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. And the pitch to Trace Huff, fouled away.
Pitching from Ratley's been good so far, but Huff is keeping himself alive in this at bat.
Yeah, what you want out of the leadoff hitter. He
Yeah.
had a sacrifice RBI his last time and a fly out earlier. And the 2-2. Huff sends it hard on the ground, but fielded well by Face, and he'll throw to first in time for the out. So Huff goes down again, but had a good quality at bat there, and now Liam Healy to the plate.
Pretty much every pitcher that we've seen so far has done a pretty good job of pitching this soft contact. It's hard to strike these guys out at really big numbers. So sometimes the best you can do is make sure they hit them where your fielders can get it, and a lot of the pitchers so far have done that.
This one
Not
hit
that
hard up the middle. That will be a base hit for Liam Healy. So he's on with his second single of the day.
Get our first drinks out of the way. Now we'll move forward.
Braden Edwards now to the plate. Edwards 0 for 2 today with a fly out and a ground out. Hitting here with 2 outs, and the speedy Healy on the base path. So gotta watch out for him. Wilson's had a few issues behind the plate as well, but I do actually think they might have made a change there. But this one's high, and runner takes off. Healy takes second.
And number 10, Ryan Darr, is behind the plate.
Yeah, that's what I thought there. So
and he kind of had to snow cone that one into his glove to make sure it didn't even go past him. So by the time he determined whether it was in the glove, he didn't have a throw down to second.
So 1-0, runner in scoring position. The next pitch to Edwards, big swing, but a foul straight back into the netting for strike one. Pretty good crowd here on hand at Fairfax Field. Funkstown only being in the Hagerstown area, so not too far of a drive. And of course, Berkeley Post 14, a good bit of Jefferson County representation on the team as well. And even for Berkeley, it's just the county over here in Shepherdstown, as this one misses low for ball 2. It's kind of a neutral site game in some ways, even though you would maybe think of it as a Hornets home game. Hornets actually the away team here today.
Mm-hmm. And Funkstown's not too far from here either.
Right.
So, neutral site. Somebody's got to be home and away.
Somebody's got to be away. 2-1. Runs inside. Healy was ready to speed his way over to third, but good job by Darr to keep it in front behind the plate. 3 balls, 1 strike. 2 outs and a runner on second base for the Hornets, trying to add to this 4-0 lead here in the top of the 4th. And the pitch to Edwards, just staying alive and swinging on a pitch lower inside corner for strike 2 on the foul ball. So 3 balls and 2 strikes now on the DH. Edwards batting from the left side. Versatile catcher when he's not DHing. See him behind the plate. Could see him on the mound a little bit as well. And the 3-2 step off the mound and reset as they'll check Healy down there at second.
Yeah, you've got a fairly comfortable lead, but you still haven't gotten a whole lot of success outside of the runs you're able to get off of walls in that second. Be nice to get another insurance run.
Runner takes off, and Healy for third. A good throw, and they got him. Darr with a great throw down to third. Get the runner and Healy. So Edwards will lead things off when we come back in the 5th. But in the bottom of the 4th, Funkstown trying to get the offense going. We'll be back in 1 minute. Still 4-0. This is American Legion Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TU10.
Did you know a fully loaded truck weighs 80,000 pounds?
I do know that they can cause a lot of damage in a wreck.
Over 40,000 people die every year in crashes.
And distracted driving is getting even worse.
I wish we had better ways to prevent distracted driving.
Me too. But one thing we can do is help people who've been injured in car and truck accidents.
Hurting almost heaven? Dial the 7s. 304-777-7777.
SkinnerWins.com.
Mark Q's Plumbing and HVAC is here to solve your plumbing and heating problems while meeting your renovation needs. Now serving Berkeley, Jefferson, Hampshire, and Mineral counties. We're a family-owned and operated company that's fully licensed and insured. We can do kitchen and bathroom upgrades and remodels, plumbing, HVAC and light excavation, well pumps, water heaters, and drain clearing. Call 304-620-8013. Mark's Q's Plumbing and HVAC. We look forward to working with you.
We're back here at Fairfax Field. 4-0 Hornets leading Funkstown Post 211 as we enter the bottom of the 4th inning. Nick Verzolini alongside me, Dylan Bishop. Our bottom of the 4th brought to you by Floor Pools. Make every day better with a hot tub or swimming pool. Floor Pools has locations in Martinsburg, Chambersburg, and Hagerstown. Today would be a good day for a dip in the pool. But 4-0 our score. As the pitch from Alex Danner hits the zone for strike one. Danner in relief of Earl, pitched well. In his last inning of work, able to get 3 strikeouts. A runner reached on either an error or an infield single. A tough play. But it's Klein, Mertz, and Jackson due up here for Funkstown. Klein, the DH, grounded out his first time back in the first. And Manager Tobin checking in on something here. Maybe a lineup change of some sort. Not exactly sure, but we'll reset here. 0-2 count. And the pitch from Alex Danner, low for ball 1. Danner, the righty from Jefferson. Had a good season for the Cougars as both a starter and reliever this past season. Helped punch their ticket to the Regional Championship Series with his relief performance, as this one's fouled away. Struggled a little bit in that Game 2 of the Regional Championship Series, but really battled back in Game 3, even though Jefferson couldn't come back and win it. He held Hedgesville, kept them at those 4 runs, and pitching on back-to-back days, it was an impressive performance. I think he ended up with 7 strikeouts in that one. His last high school performance of the year. A breaking ball there, misses inside for a ball. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And he picked up right where he left off here in Legion play with 3 strikeouts in that last half inning. So Alex Danner working once again on a 2-ball, 2-strike count.
He's been really impressive.
And this one a little bit high for ball 3. It slipped out of his hand, it looked like there. But Klein trying to find a way on, maybe to get some offense going for Funkstown. Officially two hits on the day as the 3-2 slow roller towards short. Jameer Brown charges in, makes the strong throw, but it's off the line of Jet Groves. The runner, though, is headed for second. He's going to be caught at second base for the out. So
it's Grant Henderson at short now, by the way.
Thank you. So Henderson just checking in. His first throw was a little bit offline, but still worked out. So we'll call it an out at the end of the day. But
yeah, it seemed like the runner thought that it got away, but really it either did it bounce right back to Gross, or did he just never? He actually caught it. It was just
no,
off
it got away. I think it just kind of bounced back to him.
Just got a lucky bounce.
So unlucky bounce for the base runner, lucky bounce for the Hornets. Then it's 1 out anyway. At the end of the day, I guess.
Whatever gets the job done.
It worked. Just how they drew it up, Dylan.
Yeah. Exactly according to the plan.
Mertz at the plate here. He grounded out to the shortstop earlier.
I think we're going to get to avenge that confusion on the Funkstown pitching, as I think Sean Saylor is warming up in the bullpen now.
So, they both are pitchers. I knew it, Dylan.
That breaking ball nearly running in.
And Danner a little bit wild here. 2 balls and 1 strike, 1 out. And the pitch from Alex, high this time for ball 3.
I think he needs to regain his composure up there. Seeing him, the control is getting away from him a little bit. There's no reason he can't recover.
Danner looks back into his catcher, Smith, and delivers the 3-1, and that's low and outside for ball 4. So 1 out walk here to the first baseman, Mertz. That'll bring the shortstop Jackson to the plate, hitting with 1 out and a runner on for Funkstown.
I think we might have a little bit of a Shepherd connection with Cam Mertz, because I believe I see Madison Mertz, formerly of the Shepherd women's basketball team, sitting at the top of the bleachers on the first base side over here.
Well, there you go. This one called a strike. A 1 count, 1 out. Mertz takes his lead. And the pitch to Jackson is low for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Good job by Smith to keep it in front. One of the top catchers in the state of West Virginia this past season. One of the top all-around batting average hitters in the state as well. And the 1-1 hit well into right field. That will get down for a base hit and could be some trouble here. But getting to it very quickly was the right fielder, Liam Healy, so that will keep the runners at the corners. But just 1 out and a well-hit ball by Jackson there.
Yeah, able to push it the other way. Kept it inside the line. And finally, Funkstown has a little bit of something going.
Yeah.
There's a couple guys warming up for post 14.
This one misses low and outside for ball 1 to Thiessen, excuse me.
I'll keep an eye out down there, see if we can tell who any of them are. I think somebody just finished warming up. Might have been Bradley Loper.
Runner takes off, and they got him caught in a rundown,
wow.
But Danner's got to be careful, but now the umpire's
a balk?
Calling a balk.
Mm.
So now the runner will come home to score, and the other runner will advance to second. So tough situation there, but run is scored. And it's now a 4-1 ball game. Coach Tobin going to come out and argue that it wasn't a balk, or maybe just get clarification on what Alex did wrong. Looks like maybe he might have made a throwing motion toward the plate. I'm not exactly sure.
I know if that leg comes towards home plate at all, and you stop, that's a balk. But I think, I don't think he can kick his leg up like that and then turn. I think he has to at least throw towards third. I think that's what he was going for. Just didn't do it to the letter of the law, I guess.
Well, either way, things getting a little sloppy here for Berkeley Post 14 as that one goes off of the catcher Smith. Runner advances from second to third. So a great opportunity here for Funkstown to cut into this lead at 4-1. This is a called strike. And even an opportunity for Danner to show some resiliency and get out of this inning. So 2 balls, 1 strike, and the next pitch. Low and outside. Good job by Smith to block off that one. But it's now a 3-1 count. With a runner on third and just 1 out. Funkstown showing some fight here in the 4th inning with their middle of their order. And the next pitch on 3-1. Danner contested. It's popped up shallow right. Healy is under it. He makes the catch, throws it home, but not going to be in time as Jackson will score there on the sac fly. And it's now 4-2.
Yeah, a perfect throw might have been able to get him, but there was enough speed over at third. I think it was going to be tough.
By the way, that's Brett Pedersen now, and right, I didn't think it was Healy based off of how he looked out there, but I hadn't confirmed yet. So Brett Pedersen is in right field for the Hornets. Other than that, Christian Alter has also taken over in center. Poltar in left. Oviedo, Henderson, Huff, Gross, still your infield with Cole Smith behind the plate. So 2 outs here in the inning. Tucker at the plate, struck out his last time, a 1-1 count. And a 4-2 game. The pitch from Alex Danner hits him. So we'll see if maybe his day ends a little bit early here As Danner's had some ups and downs throughout this inning. Looks like, at least for now, they're going to try to see if he can get through it. 4-2 our score. And Alex Danner will reset himself after the hit by pitch. 2 outs here in the inning. And this one's fouled straight back by Smith. Excuse me, this is Thompson hitting in the Smith spot. So a lot of changes here between the two teams. With this being Legion baseball, you're going to get a lot of those. So just got to be ready to adjust on the fly as the next pitch runs inside, and that hit him as well. So back-to-back hit by pitches here in the 4th inning. And at least for now, Manager Tobin's might be making the change here.
Yeah, I think you really wanted him to be able to get through and finish this inning, but it doesn't look like he's going to be able to.
Yeah, for whatever reason, Danner seemed to have lost his control, so that will do it for Alex. But we'll take, a 1-minute break. 4-2 our score. Hornets leading against Funkstown post 211. We're back in 1 minute with a pitching change.
Whoa, what's all this? Robbie's Quack Attack at Floor Pools? Pick a duck and save up to 15% off your in-store purchase? That's wild! Now through June 21st, pick a duck and save up to 15% on chemicals, toys, and limited supplies to have a safe and enjoyable summer in your pool. That's right, a lucky duck can save big bucks now through June 21st. Robbie knows your cool summer headquarters is Floor Pools. They've got hot tubs starting at just $49 a month, pools from $100 a month, and saunas starting at $80 a month. Don't forget about cold plunges and endless pools too. And check this out. Floor Pools now offers plunge pools. These compact in-ground pools are perfect for smaller backyards, low maintenance, energy efficient, and ideal for cooling off, relaxing, or even fitness and hydrotherapy. Big style and small footprint. It's everything you want in a pool without taking over your yard. The pool experts at Floor Pools are here to help you all summer long. Floor Pools in Chambersburg, Hagerstown, and Martinsburg, where your summer oasis starts.
We're back here, so they actually didn't make the pitching change. It looked like that Tripp had taken the ball from him, I swore, but I guess not. Did you see the same thing, Dylan? It looked like to me, at least.
That's where I thought it was going, at least.
Yeah, but I guess Danner convinced him to keep him out there, and so far it's worked pretty well. 2 on here in the inning, and the pitch from Danner popped up in the infield. Grant Henderson will charge in and make the catch to end the inning. So the Hornets get out of it. 4-2 our score. 2 runners left on base. Post 211, though, does get those 2 runs that come across. So game has gotten back to a little bit more competitive here in the 4th inning. We'll head to the 5th, though. 4-2. This is American Legion Baseball on Talk Radio, WRNR, and TV 10.
If you're going to hit like trash all day, I tell you what, I got a real chance here. Oh, hey, speaking of, I was coming down the road the other day back from McIntosh Valley, and I saw a billboard with these crazy deals that Panhandle Dumpsters have.
True. Hey, come on.
Oh, and did you know that if you sign up, you get your first month free? Dude, sorry, man. But I just wish somebody would have told me about these crazy deals that Panhandle Dumpsters has.
Drew, how many times have I told you to sign up for Panhandle Dumpsters? They give away discounts for first responders, veterans, and seniors. If you pay for a whole year, you get the 13th month free. Now shut up and watch me hit this drive.
Signing up with Panhandle is like a hole-in-one every day.
We're back here at Fairfax Field. Nick Verzlini alongside me, Dylan Bishop. 4-2 now our score in favor of Berkeley post 14. And we got a new pitcher for Funkstown post 211. It's going to be Sean Saylor, number 18, the lefty. Pitching changes brought to you by Smallwood and Small Insurance in Martinsburg, your total insurance solution. Located at 1250 Edwin Miller Boulevard, Suite 301. Call 304-263-3361. As we enter the fifth inning, top half of the fifth, we continue Braden Edwards at bat that ended due to the runner being thrown out at third in Healy. And Edwards will hit to lead off the fifth. Top of the fifth, brought to you by CMA's Martinsburg and Winchester dealerships. Proud to be the owners who just care more. And the pitch, low and inside for ball one. No count here on Edwards, the designated hitter. Next pitch from Saylor is a called strike. On ball one strike. For some reason, Oviedo's hitting. Shouldn't it still have been Edwards?
It's a good question.
I believe it should have been. Yeah, because the inning ended with the throw out to third. So that means Edwards should still be hitting, but this is Oviedo. So Hornets will take it, though. It's a single. As long as nobody else calls it out, they'll be fine. With all the changes and kind of a longer inning, I guess things got lost there. But here's Grant Henderson for the first time today. And the pitch to Grant. Low for ball one. So Oviedo down there at first. One 0 count. And the next pitch. Low for a ball. Ovi will take off for second. So runner in scoring position here.
You could really use those insurance runs now. But Colin went back and cleared it up for us. The pitch that the runner was thrown out on the end of the inning was ball 4 to Edwards.
Okay. That's weird. You don't see that very often.
You don't.
You don't see a runner thrown out on ball 4.
It's true, because I think it was a 3-1 count now that I remember it.
Well, that's why they're doing the official scoring and I'm not. 3-1 count here. At the point of the throw down, that part kind of escaped my mind. But here on a 3-1, Henderson walks. And now Poltar will come to the plate. He has not appeared so far due to the hit by a pitch and a walk. So, officially, trying to make an at-bat. He's got 2 plate appearances. And the pitch here, low and inside for ball 1. And now, mound visit called from Funkstown. A Sailor in a little bit of a jam with 2 on and nobody out. So try to calm things down as Funkstown.
Yeah, you can tell they needed a little bit. Came out of the bullpen. Little shaky. Controlling when it comes to the control. Put a couple runners on base, and this is the heart of the order. So, I mean, you had to be careful pitching around these guys. Oviedo, Now it's Grant Henderson instead of Jameer Brown in the 5 spot.
And Paul Tar sends a slow roller toward first, step on the bag, but he does advance the runners into scoring position for the out, though. So, an effective ground out. And now hitting in the Jet Gross spot here. We have Wyatt McClintock. So McClintock hitting with 2 on.
Yeah, there's a handful of Berkeley Post 14s bench that we haven't seen yet, but we've seen a lot of them.
And the pitch to McClintock, big swing and a miss for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike on him.
You still got Andrew Engel, Bradley Loper, Nick Domenico. I think the 3 of them are the ones to not enter yet.
You'll most likely see Engel come on and pitch at some point, as this one's high for a ball.
Saw Loper warming up. I believe Engel was too. Couldn't tell for sure who the second one was.
Yeah, probably not going to see him hit. I don't believe. I believe he only pitches, so. But runners on second and third, and the next pitch to McClintock fouled away. So McClintock battling here with a chance to add to the 4-2 Hornet lead. McClintock digs back in. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Runners on second and third for the Hornets. Funkstown playing in on the grass. Trying to keep this at just a 2-run lead. And the pitch to McClintock popped up. Shallow. Actually going to stay in the infield to the shortstop, Cruz Jackson, and he makes the catch for the second out. And now Christian Alter will come to the plate. Alter with an RBI single his first time and a strikeout for him as well. 2 outs and 2 on. And the next pitch. Alter going to send this one hard into right field, but right to the right fielder, Thiessen, for the final out of the inning. So the Hornets threading a little bit, but can't get a run across. And our score remains 4-2 as we head to the bottom of the 5th. This is American Legion Baseball on Talk Radio, WRNR and TV 10.
With a great selection comes great possibilities. And at CMA's CDJR of Martinsburg, the possibilities are endless. Shop our amazing selection of new vehicles like the Ram 1500. And right now, save on new Jeeps like the Wrangler and Grand Cherokee models. Plus, every Jeep purchase comes with our Jeep Wave program. So wherever your possibilities take you, you'll be connected. Shop CMA's CDJR of Martinsburg today. Owners just care more.
In the market for a new vehicle? Then look no further than CMA's Toyota of Martinsburg and CMA's Chevrolet of Martinsburg, all in one convenient location. We have hundreds of new and used vehicles available, so you'll be sure to find exactly what you're looking for. And with CMA's Love It or Leave It promise and our lifetime powertrain warranty, you can buy with confidence. Visit us online at CMA's Toyota of Martinsburg.com and CMA's Chevrolet of Martinsburg.com, where owners just care more.
We're back here at Fairfax Field on the campus of Shepherd University. Nick Verzolini, Dylan Bishop, happy to have you with us. Kyler High and Talia Tompkins on camera here tonight. Kyle McLaughlin back in the studio. Our score 4-2. Berkeley Post 14 leads Funkstown Post 211. American Legion Baseball for you on Talk Radio, WRNR and TV 10. We're set up to have all Hornet home games, including this away neutral site game for Berkeley Post 14 at Shepherd University. As we'll be back tomorrow with more Hornet baseball action for you. And then we'll be back on Thursday with more Hornet baseball. So, big week for them, though. They're, I think, pretty much playing every day, so they'll be busy. But Funkstown trying to keep their comeback going as we enter the bottom half of the fifth inning. Brought to you by Trips Flooring. Not sure where to go or who to trust for your flooring needs. We call Trips Flooring at 304-229-7009 and are online at tripsfloorsanding.com. New pitcher in the game for the Hornets as well. It's Jameer Brown coming in for relief of Alex Danner as people moving all around the field here. Dylan, looks like Wyatt McClintock's over there at short now. And give you an update on the rest of the defense here in just a moment. But so far it's been a good start to the season.
Yeah, Brayton Edwards is out in the field, I think, at first now. Oviedo still at third, looks like.
So it's going to be Jameer Brown on the mound. Cole Smith doing the catching still. Oviedo down there in third. Wyatt McClintock at short. Trace Hoff remains at second. Brayton Edwards into the game now at first base. And your outfield is Poltar, Alter, and Brett Pedersen. Funkstown coming back to the plate. It's the top of the order in Bowman. And Bowman takes the first one for a called strike from Jameer Brown. The right-hander kicks, steals, and delivers, and this one's popped up. Shallow left field. Could be trouble, but coming over and making the long run from short is Wyatt McClintock for the out. So Bowman flies out to the shortstop in left field. And that will bring Face to the plate, who has one of the hits here early on for Post 211. He had the only hit for a while. They've got 3 total now. Single and a strikeout for him. Funkstown gets some arms loose out there in the bullpen. In the pitch from Brown. That one bounces up in the dirt. Got away from him there. Just ball one. No real damage done.
Seen a lot of good pitching out of Jameer this year during the high school season. He's even as a younger player.
One misses inside for ball one. Ball two. So 2 balls and no strikes here. Excuse me. Brown settles back in on the mound. And delivers the 2-0. Called a strike. Two balls, 1 strike, 1 out. 4-2. Our score, Berkeley Post 14. Leading Funkstown. The next pitch from Jameer Brown. Got him looking for strike 2. On the lower inside corner. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Jameer, after a couple of rough pitches to begin this at-bat, has found his location again in the 2-2. Hit the opposite way. It's going to go foul down the line. Count will remain even.
The luxury of being the manager of a team like this. Coach Tobin is able to just bring in more and more guys that can pitch really well. I mean, Jameer Brown, he's a number 2 guy for Martinsburg this year. Grant Henderson, who was the number 1, is also in this roster. Hasn't even used him at this point yet.
The 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Brown got him on the outside part of the plate to swing through it for the second strikeout for Face today, and that will now bring Klein back to the plate. Klein with a pair of ground outs so far, but he was able to almost reach on an error. So we had to get away from Jet Gross at first, but then got a good bounce and was able to throw to second to get Klein. And he'll take this one for a strike.
Brown was able to pitch lights out in an away game in the playoffs at the number 1 team in the state, Jefferson, or just a handful of weeks ago at this point. And you're bringing him in here as a middle reliever.
Yeah, obviously in this early part of the year, like we mentioned earlier, and also this kind of being like a chance for a lot of these guys to get looks from Shepherd in person. They're going to use a lot of different pitchers. So this game was maybe a normal game. Jackson Earl later in the year probably would have kept going because he was rolling. But in this scenario, you've kind of used a lot of different pitching, a lot of different guys getting some opportunities to impress. And this is a chopper hit back toward the shortstop, McClintock. McClintock will fire to first, but another throw high. He gets away and then bounces back into the field of play. But that's been an issue today for whatever reason.
Yeah.
For Berkeley. I mean, I think the runner there and Klein was going to beat it out possibly anyway because he had a good run and it looked like McClintock maybe had some issues adjusting to that high bounce off the turf or off the grass. But either way, weird play there. So the Hornets having some issues, though, throwing the ball to first today. Some of that could be, different first baseman. So
can be.
Different glove location, I guess, you're trying to hit.
Well, at least you get this field, for whatever reason, seems to throw the ball right back out into the field if it gets by you.
That's true.
That bounces off those fences over there.
There's a big swing and a miss for strike two. The other good thing is these big bounces that we're seeing on this natural grass and natural dirt, I guess you could call it, field, is that's how it's going to play at P.O. Faulkner as well, but that's because of the turf. So you're going to get a lot of those big bounces and stuff like that. So it's playing almost like a turf field as well. But this is inside for a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner on first base, 4-2. Berkeley post 14. And Jameer Brown's 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Smith held on, but didn't matter. First base was occupied for the final out of the inning. And the Hornets continue to lead it here as we head to the 6th, 4-2. This is American Legion Baseball and Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
With a great selection comes great possibilities. And at CMA's CDJR of Martinsburg, the possibilities are endless. Shop our amazing selection of new vehicles like the Ram 1500. And right now, save on new Jeeps like the Wrangler and Grand Cherokee models. Plus, every Jeep purchase comes with our Jeep Wave program. So wherever your possibilities take you, you'll be connected. Shop CMA's CDJR of Martinsburg today. Owners just care more.
Not sure where to go or who to trust with your flooring project? And start with Trips Flooring, proudly serving the area for more than 25 years, specializing in floor sanding and refinishing, along with installation of new flooring, including hardwood, tile, vinyl, laminate, carpet, and the hottest trend in flooring, luxury vinyl, tile, and luxury vinyl plank. Are you on a budget? Check out their warehouse, cash and carry, or call 304-229-7009, or visit them online at tripsfloorsanding.com.
We're back here at Fairfax Field, 4-2. Berkeley post 14, leading Funkstown post 2-11 here as we head to the 6th inning. Nick Verzolini alongside me, Dylan Bishop. Our top of the 6th, brought to you by Parsons Ford, 1400 Shepherdstown Road, and online at parsonsford.com. They became number 1 by making you number 1 first, Parsons. As we're back here at the bottom of the order for Berkeley post 14. It's Cole Smith to lead things off. Smith, Huff, and Healy would be due up. I believe it's going to be Smith, Huff, Pedersen, as Pedersen's taken over and right. But Trace Huff still in the game. Pedersen, one of the few if not the only, I believe, Hedgesville Eagle that still playing for Post 14. It's Post 60s opened up a few years ago, and that got a lot of the Hedgesville kids. You can still, if you do choose to or want to, you can, I guess, transfer or request to play in a different area. But
it's whatever the right fit is for everybody.
Yeah, whatever you want to do. I mean, ultimately, it's good to have more Legion baseball around because we have a lot of talent. More kids should get the opportunity to play Legion ball. And Post 60 was very competitive last year, and it's become a nice rivalry as Cole Smith will fly out to left field. So it's a good thing for sure. But Pedersen, the only Hedgesville player that we'll see for the Hornets this season. Trace Huff now hitting after the fly out from Cole Smith to left. And this one misses outside for a ball. By the way, looks like Mertz has taken over on the mound. And I think it was just a swap between him and Saylor, it looks like. As the next pitch to Huff, fouled straight back.
The Hornets have really not been able to get a huge rally going at the plate since they've gotten the starter out of the game and gone into the bullpen here.
Yeah, they scored 3 in the second, 1 in the third, but since then it's been quiet. 1-1 count, and that one run that scored on a throwing error from the catcher. So,
yep.
1-2 count here.
It's been enough because their pitching has been great, and as young as they are, they have a ton of really good pitchers.
Yeah, I mean, for the most part, if you're able to get 4, 5, 6 runs, this team can definitely shut you down with the pitching. But as we'll see throughout the Legion season, even with good pitching, these teams are going to have great hitting as well. So it just kind of depends on the night.
Your pitcher can have an off night. It's always bound to happen.
And we'll see plenty of high-scoring games as well, it feels like, when we get into Legion ball, just because a lot of good hitters on each side. But this one so far, the story has mainly been the Hornets pitching, but 7 hits to go along with it.
Mm-hmm.
Some defensive errors as well, not helping things with 3 errors. But anyway, back to live action here. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch to Huff with 1 out is low for ball 3, so it's a full count. And really, since Funkstown, like you said, Dylan, kind of settled in out there on the mound, they've been very good with the pitching as well.
They have. Yeah, ever since they've gone to the bullpen, their guys.
Go ahead, Dylan, sorry.
I say all of their guys have delivered.
3-2 fouled away by Huff. He had to add to that. He had 3 hits given up by Walls, and then 2 from Kelly and 1 2/3, and then just 1 hit each allowed by Rowley and Saylor. So just 4 hits since the 3 early. 3-2 count here. And the pitch to Huff. Chopper hit toward first. Saylor will grab it and step on the bag for the out. So Huff grounds out to first. And now Brett Pedersen will hit for the first time today.
A member of that Hedgesville roster that had success getting to the state semifinals.
Yeah, for Pedersen, he's the most, I guess, ready guy, I guess you could say, in this Hornets lineup, or the guy that, has played the most recently. So, makes some sense, too, why, you don't see him start today, because these other guys need these at-bats maybe more than he does in some ways. Not that, that's necessarily what's going on or anything like that, but Pedersen did just play the other day. And he had a big home run against Jefferson to help propel Hedgesville to this point, as well as a double. He drove in 4 runs in that championship game. So, swings a streaky bat at times, but has a lot of power. Good bat to have in your lineup.
Mm-hmm.
And Pedersen's 0-1. taken outside for ball one. So 2 outs here in the inning, a fly out from Smith, a ground out from Huff. And Brett Pedersen batting in a 4-2 ball game. And the next pitch from Mertz, hit on the ground toward the shortstop Jackson. Jackson charges in, makes a beautiful third to first in time for the out. So 1-2-3 inning for the Hornets here. And we will head to the bottom half of the inning. This is American Legion Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars, too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Who is Congress's big, beautiful bill really for? Because it's not West Virginians. This bill makes the biggest cuts to food assistance in history, slashing help for working families, taking school meals from kids, and hiking grocery prices, and then dumps the cost onto state lawmakers and food pantries. It's a handout to the wealthy, paid for by West Virginians. Senator Capito and Senator Justice, will you stand with West Virginians or wealthy special interests? Paid for by West Virginia Citizen Action Education Fund.
We're back here at Fairfax Field on the campus of Shepherd University. Nick Verzolini, Dylan Bishop here. And looks like we have another pitching change for the Hornets. It's going to be, I believe, a straight swap. Wyatt McClintock going from shortstop to the mound. Jameer Brown headed back to short.
Looks like it. And McClintock, we saw pitch some good outings for Musselman this past spring. So we're going to look to him potentially just for this bottom of the 6th. We'll see if they will let him close this one out, if he can keep things under control.
Yeah, we'll see.
There's still some movement over in, it looks like Jet Gross is warming up, so maybe he's the closer today.
Yeah, I mean, you have plenty of options. If you're Berkeley post 14, like you mentioned earlier, Dylan. Our pitching changes, again, brought to you by Small Insurance in Martinsburg, your total insurance solutions. McClintock's first pitch slips out of his hands for ball 1. But Jameer Brown, 1 inning, 1 hit, 2 strikeouts for him.
Good outing. He was able to get through the top of the order to send him off.
1-0. Called strike 1 there from McClintock as he regains the control and finds his location there after a wild first pitch. It's Jackson due up here, hitting in the 5-hole. The shortstop has made some nice plays throughout the day, has a single as well.
5, 6, 7. Not the easiest thing for McClintock to have to come in here and face.
Yeah, and like we said earlier, once you get the Legion ball, there's no easy out at this point, and that's one of the fun things about the summer is everybody's got usually an all-star level player on their team. Is this one low for ball 4? So McClintock walks him to lead off the 6th, bottom of the 6th here.
Funkstown is down to 6 outs here. So they need to make every at-bat count.
And they were able to do so there to draw that walk. Thiessen hitting now. He had a sac fly earlier. This one gets away from the catcher, Cole Smith, and the runner will advance to second base on the wild pitch or pass ball. So 1-0 here on Thiessen. McClintock checks that runner and now delivers the 1-0, and it runs inside as well. So Wyatt having some control issues here in relief. 2-0 count.
This isn't as crucial of a game to win as the end of the season in the state tournaments or whatnot, but You still are got the tying run at the plate here as another one comes in low for a ball.
Yeah, 3-0 count. Yeah, not an area tournament or even an area game, I should say, but you want to start the year strong. And having the lead for the majority of the game, it would not feel great, but, Wyatt a little bit wild here. Musselman hasn't played, though, in a long time, so, who's to say the last time he had game action? And this is the first game action he got since the end of the Musselman season's run in the tournament. So,
pretty quick mound visit.
Yeah, I think just want to calm him down there and see if he can just get the ball over. He's got good defense behind him. Yes, they've made some errors tonight, but guys like Oviedo, Jameer Brown, it's good infield, Trace Huff, and now it's Bradley Loper there at first, by the way. That's this one high for ball 4, so back-to-back walks. And Tucker comes to the plate, a strikeout and a hit by pitch so far for him.
So I think that just leaves Nick Domenico and Andrew Engel as the only guys on the post-14 bench that haven't entered yet. Bunt. Pull it back.
Yeah, but not in time. It was a strike either way, I guess.
Yep, caught the inside corner.
So, Hornets Loper playing in front of the bag on the grass. Runners take their leads. 0-1. And the pitch. Bunted straight back to the pitcher McClintock. The throw to first in time for the out. Both runners, though, do advance into scoring position. So Tucker does his job.
Advancing the tying run in the scoring position. Only one out. And you can really swing things here with a big inning to where you suddenly put post 14 with their last 3 outs if you're able to get the lead in this half inning. I mean, if you just get a run or 2 up on the board, sets you up well for the bottom of the 7th.
Thompson hitting here in the 7th spot. Runners on second and third for post 211. 1-1 count, 1 out. Why McClintock looks into his catcher Cole Smith and delivers. This one elevated left field. And making the catch on the run is the left fielder. Throw home, a couple of bounces not in time. And scoring on the sac fly is Jackson to make it 4-3 with a runner on third. And now 2 outs.
It's the least you can ask for in this inning. You do have that.
It's Pedersen now out there and left, by the way.
You do have that second out. No more sacrifices to potentially get this run in to tie it.
As it's Edwards taking over in right. As we mentioned earlier, Loper is over there at first. So it's an interesting outfield. Poltar is in center. Which again, we talked about his versatility. How many catchers you see play center field? I mean, we did see it a little bit in the past with Cam Moore, but not super common.
Yeah, not at all. No. That's something Bryce Harper used to do. He was a catcher in high school.
Maybe some Jason Wirth a little bit. Drafted as a catcher, ended up as a right fielder, I guess. Not really a center fielder, but
it's kind of where Bryce Harper ended up as well.
That's true. One ball, 1 strike.
Followed the same career path, I guess. Him and Bryce Harper, Jason Wirth, Phillies Nationals. I guess reverse order.
Yeah, well, Wirth was drafted by the Orioles.
It's true. Popped
but
up.
This one popped up in the infield, and everybody trying to get to it, eventually called off by Huff to make the play for the final out of the inning. But it's a 4-3 game, so Great action here at Fairfax Field on the campus of Shepherd University. And we'll go ahead and head to the 7th. Hornets looking to add some insurance runs. 2-11 trying to complete the comeback. This is American Legion Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Life is evolving. Over the past decade, the way we do almost everything has changed. Get on your phone, see something you like, click on it, and it shows up at your door. Why should the way you have your car serviced be any different? Why waste your time going to a dealership service department when Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to you? They service all makes, all models, and offer full parts and labor warranties. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to your door or office and service your vehicle while you're doing what you need to be doing, conducting that business meeting or mowing the lawn. Why take time out of your busy schedule when you don't have to? Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet's friendly, knowledgeable staff will come to you where you live or where you work for full service maintenance, from oil changes to tire rotations, brakes, batteries, multi-point inspections. They handle it all. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet is committed to delivering the best of the best to their customers. Trust them to service your vehicle where you're at home or at work. Skip the time-consuming and terminal wait at the dealership. Schedule your appointment at fordofhagerstown.com or HancockChevy.com.
We're back here at Fairfax Field. Our score, Berkeley Post 14-4, Funkstown 2-11-3 as we enter the 7th inning. Nick Verzolini, Dylan Bishop here on the broadcast. Our top of the 7th is brought to you by Small & Small Insurance in Martinsburg, your total insurance solution, located at 1250 Edwin Miller Boulevard, Suite 301. Call 304-263-3361. So, Dylan, it's been a fun baseball game. We saw the Hornets jump out on top early on. Looked a little bit like Berkeley Post 14 was just going to hit the ball all over the field maybe and really dominate this one. But Funkstown locked in. They got some good pitching in relief. And now the hitters are doing enough to keep them in the game. And it's just a one-run game. So Berkeley Post 14 here with Edwards hitting. Love to add some insurance at a 4-3 game. But this is what we expect here in American Legion Baseball all season long for you on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. Cam Mertz continues his outing on the mound.
Yeah, we've seen really good hitting and really good pitching different parts of this game.
Some misses well outside for ball 2, so Edwards with a hitter's count on 2-0.
Not a ton of power. None of these balls are getting hit to the wall, into the gap, but just timely, smart baseball up at the plate and some good pitching from a lot of different guys, as pretty much everybody pitches just an inning or two.
Edwards fouls this one away. 2-1. On the other side, though, the Hornets going with a similar approach, and both teams have pitched well. Two teams have combined, though, for 11 hits so far. 2-1 count on Braden Edwards, the 3-hole hitter all day. He's moved around in terms of going from DH to first to right. And now Edwards will take this one inside for ball 3, so it's a 3-1 count. Edwards 0 for 2 with a walk. Loper is on deck. I'm sorry, he's hitting for Loper here. Oviedo on deck.
Shows you the trust that they have in Edwards here, hitting in the 3 spot, and all the guys they've moved around and in and out of the order. He's stuck right here where he is. Him and Oviedo behind him too.
3-1 high for ball 4, and Edwards draws his second walk of the day. And now Ovi in the lineup. He's 3 for 3 with 3 singles. So been a big day for him. 2 runs scored.
They just haven't been able to get him out. He's been great up at the plate. Now he finally has a chance to do something here with a runner on. Edwards has gotten on only once in front of him.
Actually, the one time he walked was with that throw out.
That's a great point. So he didn't even get to use him at that point.
Would have been runners on first and second with Oviedo hitting there earlier, and they could have possibly added some insurance, but that was not the case. Instead, it's Ovi hitting here with nobody out and a runner on first. But a 3-for-3 day and hoping to make it a 4-for-4. Get that man some Wendy's if he can do it here.
He gets a Dave's double into the gap here. He can drive in Edwards. Get an insurance run up on the board.
And we'll see if Edwards can fly around the bases on the double to score from first. 2-1. Call a strike.
Good patience here from Oviedo. We know that that's what sort of his MO is he's not afraid to take a walk. He'll make you work. Count runs full there on that one.
Yep, 3-2 count here on Ovi. Next pitch runs inside. Edwards takes off, gets into scoring position, but Oviedo draws the walk either way. So now bring Jameer Brown back to the plate. Jameer, a single, strikeout, and a walk for him so far. We'll see maybe if Coach Tobin wants to lay down a bunt here and put both guys in scoring position, or if he just lets Jameer swing away.
No pitcher wants to go into the bottom of the seventh, or the bottom, whatever the last inning would be, with just a one-run lead. So whether it's McClintock or if it's a Jet Gross or whoever, you got to get your pitcher a little bit of insurance, a little bit of breathing room.
This one high for ball one. One ball, two on, I should say. One ball, no strikes. 4-3 our score. Back-to-back walks. Nobody out here in the inning, and Jameer's going to elevate this one into center field. See if that's deep enough. Edwards is going to tag, but he'll stay put. Great throw. Would have got him by a mile from Bowman.
Yeah.
Bowman's been defensively very impressive today for Funkstown post 211. So Jameer flies out to center, and there's one out now in the inning, and Michael Poltar, who's done a little bit of everything, will come back to the plate here. Hit by pitch, walk, and a ground out for him earlier as Mertz trying to keep this lead at 4-3. A little bit of a visit between the first baseman and the catcher, as well as Mertz, the pitcher. Keep it a quick one here out there on the mound. Dar heads back behind the plate. And Michael Poltar will dig back in. Runners take their leads. Oviedo leads off of first. Edwards leads off of second. Mertz looks into his catcher and delivers the pitch to Michael Poltar. And Poltar will take the off-speed pitch for a called strike, despite his disagreement with it.
It was a big sweeping curveball. I think it just barely caught the plate. I think when Mount broke, Poltar probably thought it was way off.
The 0-1. Poltar fouls it straight back. 0-2. So after two walks, it'd be pretty impressive if Mertz could find a way out of this thing, especially with this lineup for Berkeley post 14. He gets ahead on Poltar 0-2. Checks the runner at first, checks the runner at second, and delivers on 0-2. A swing and a miss, strike three. Poltar goes down swinging. Now there's two away here in the inning. And Wyatt McClintock coming back to the plate. This spot has been handled by Jet Gross and McClintock. I believe McClintock there at the flyout earlier, so see what he can do here.
2 outs now. It's a huge strikeout.
Yeah. 2 outs, 2 on. This one gets away, so both runners move into scoring position now as Ovi takes second. Edwards takes third. And it's 2 on and 2 out. But both of them in scoring position, so Hornets could really use some insurance runs here in the bottom. I'm sorry, in the top of the 7th.
You kind of just lessen the effect of the strikeout with your wild pitch. Right there, letting the runners move up.
And now, time called, so McClintock will step out, reset himself, adjust the gloves, and now dig back in on a 1-0 count. Runners take their leads. And the pitch. Called a strike on the inside corner.
Just barely on the black. Good pitch. McClintock up close to the plate. Maybe just seemed too close to him.
And the next pitch. Swing on a foul ball. Strike.
Yeah, he wanted that one. You could tell it's hung up there a little bit. Still pretty good location on it, though. Couldn't get quite the right read on how it was breaking to get good contact on it.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. Mertz takes a breath and delivers the 1-2. And it's fouled away by McClintock, not going down easily here in the 7th.
Holding strong. This is a big at-bat. Because McClintock, we don't know that he's done on the mound, even though we saw Gross warming up. Think maybe he could be the closer. But right now, McClintock wants to try to secure himself or a hold, if not, that wouldn't be a win, but keep things in line for a Hornets win.
The pitch here is a ball. 2-2 count now. Yeah, I'm going to anticipate that they would probably pull him because he did have a little bit of control issues. But
yeah, he struggled a bit.
He did kind of regain it and pitched well there at the end. 2-2, 2 outs, 2 on, 4-3. Hornets in the 7th. The next pitch from Mertz, well outside, hits off the backstop, but it bounces right back to the catcher. So luckily, Edwards didn't take off flying home.
The runners really don't advance bases over here at Fairfax Field, do they?
No. The way it's, I guess, designed, it has a lot of balls that bounce back into play. So you got to hit it to one of these deeper parts of the field.
Mm-hmm.
Which, if you hit it toward deep right center or deep center, you're probably going to drive in a lot of runs.
Oh, yeah.
This one's well outside for ball 4. Great job by the catcher, Dar, to keep it in front. Even though it might have hit so hard off the backstop again, it might not have mattered. But bases are loaded here for Bradley Loper.
His first at-bat.
Yep. And an opportunity to add some insurance here at 4-3 with 2 outs.
Well, the MO with Loper has been that when he makes contact, it's a hard-hit ball pretty much every time, and it'll just depend on where it's hit.
Yeah,
he pull some down the line plenty.
Ups and downs throughout the high school season, but definitely had some big power in his bat. Sometimes just kind of got unlucky as well throughout the year, but it's a 1-0 count here as that one missed outside. And at P.O. Faulkner, he, of course, loves that short right field porch to do some damage. But here, maybe about the same out there and right. Hard to tell exactly.
I can buy that. Yeah. I think it's center field that really gets deep on you.
Yeah. So, the 1-0 inside as it's up at the head of Loper, but he ducks out of the way for ball 2.
That, if he didn't duck, that was going to be close. I'm not sure if it would have nicked him or not, but
2-1 count. And the pitch to Loper. Swinging a well-hit ball into the gap in right center field. That will get down and score 2. Depending on the throw home is not going to be in time as they don't turn the relay. And 2 score for the Hornets, and Loper comes through with a big hit there to make it 6-3. So Bradley Loper adding some very important insurance runs up on the board, Dylan.
yeah, the difference as a pitcher when you can only give up 1 run in that last inning versus now at least 3 is huge.
And the next pitch runs inside for ball 1 here to Cole Smith. Bradley Loper with a big 2 RBI single.
Running 1 inside on Smith.
Yep. 6-3, 2-0 count. 2 on still for Cole Smith. It's an opportunity to add some more. Two outs still in the inning. Mertz, next pitch. Eye for ball 3. So things getting a little bit away from Funkstown here in the inning.
Yeah,
chance to load the bases back up for the top of the order.
You're just trying to stop the bleeding now. Couldn't hold it to a 1-run lead. That's fine. 3 it's within reach still.
And the next pitch. Called strike there on 3-0. Automatic strike 1. With Smith taking. Two outs. And the next pitch. Chopper. Hit towards short. Jackson comes in. Fires to first in time for the final out. But the Hornets add some insurance. 6-3 our scores. We head to the bottom of the 7th. This is American Legion Baseball and Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
It's the new normal. You live, work, and play everywhere. Whether it's the family car or the family business, you need insurance that keeps pace with your changing life. Home on the job or working from home, peace of mind comes from knowing your whole world is covered. No matter what happens or how big it grows, whatever your new normal, Erie Insurance's award-winning service and personal agents can keep pace. Call your local agent today or visit erieinsurance.com for a quote.
Hey, it's Cody from Cody's Auto Body.
You're a potty mouth.
But we do a really great job fixing cars after an accident.
I know, but you're still a potty mouth.
I'm possibly the best friend you could ever have.
You are, but potty mouth.
If you need your car repaired, come to Cody's Auto Body, located at 851 Wilson Street in Martinsburg. Because that's Cody's with a T for f***ing trust.
See? Potty mouth.
Ugh, leave me alone.
We're back here at Fairfax Field, home of the Shepherd University Rams. For American Legion baseball action, though, today, Berkeley Post 14-6, Funkstown 2-11-3. As Jet Gross will try to close things out for the Hornets out there on the mound, the lefty.
He's been lights out in starting roles even for Jefferson. And I think he can play this role really well as here too. We've seen him do it for the Hornets in relief. This is a uphill battle for Funkstown.
Yeah. He relieved a little bit this season for Jefferson, especially early in the year too, when they were kind of games were a little bit spread out, you could use your pitchers in many different ways. So he's comfortable in both situations, and the pitch here from Jet Gross is called strike one. Leading off the seventh, it's the top of the order, though, for 2-11. Bowman, Face, and Klein due up, and this one's high and outside for a ball. 1 strike here from Gross.
Quick throwing motion from Gross.
And the 1-1. High and inside for ball two.
I think that first ball, he was seemingly trying to catch the batter off guard, coming in there with it fast. Rushed himself, I think.
And the 2-1. Low for ball three.
I think you can tell he's still getting his feet under him. Probably hasn't pitched in game in a little bit.
Well, he walks the leadoff hitter Bowman here to begin the seventh. Bottom of the seventh inning, by the way, brought to you by Cody's Auto Body at 851 Wilson Street in Martinsburg. Call 304-901-4777 or visit their Facebook page. And the next pitch from Gross, high for a ball. So Jet a little bit wild here to begin things. And that's why, again, Dylan, why those insurance runs so important, because you knew, whoever was coming in could be a little bit wild. It's the first appearance of the year. Next one from Gross, high again.
Yeah, that's the difference now between this batter at the plate being the winning run and still having the tying run on deck after getting a runner on base. And we're going to get some action as Cole Smith and Christian Alter are jogging down to the bullpen, just in case.
Yeah, always a good idea to be prepared. As our count sits at 2-1 strike, a runner on first for Funkstown, and the next pitch from Jet Gross, high and outside for ball three. Checked down to see if he went around, and according to the umpire, he held that bat back and did face. He had a single earlier and a pair of strikeouts. And Gross is 3-1. Called strike two.
The batter one at the time didn't get it. All he needs is one pitch to get back on track here.
Full count and the 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike three. Gross got him swinging for the first out of the seventh.
And there it is right there. Just going to put a runner on, at least follow it up with an out. And this is, you would think, a beneficial part of the lineup for Gross to be facing. 3 lefties to start it out.
Yeah, Sawyer going to hit here instead of Klein. And we'll see if possibly double play ball in effect, obviously, could end it. It's Gross keeping Bowman, the speedy Bowman, over there at first. Is this one called strike one? Next pitch, called strike two. On Sean Saylor.
You can see Gross settling in a little bit. Here, that first batter, put him on, but he's finding a little bit more of a groove.
Next pitch, check swing, went around, strike three. Back-to-back strikeouts after the walk from Gross. And now it'll be Mertz trying to keep 2-11's day going. Jake Gross, though, trying to end things. Mertz. Check swings on this one high for ball one.
just barely able to keep the bat back.
And the 1-0. High for ball 2.
We would have to have a good bit happen here, but I think if we went to extra innings, we would start to get in trouble here with the sunlight going away.
Yeah, they don't have lights here.
Shepherd, yeah.
I didn't realize it. For baseball, though, as well. As here's a throw down. Not in time. A little risky playing it at 6.
Right? That's kind of had that thought myself, where Shepherd's always out here playing games in the afternoon during the spring.
3-0. Low for ball 4. But things will continue at least for now. Mertz drawing the walk. So,
yeah, you've allowed the tying run to come to the plate for the first time here in the inning now. But still, that guy would have to come all the way around. You've gotten yourself 2 outs.
There's a call on strike 1 there to Jackson.
Yep.
He's had a good day. Single, walk, line out for him. Made some good plays on the defensive end. 0-1 count here with 2 outs and a 2 on. Jet Gross's next pitch called a strike there on the outside corner. So Hornets a strike away. Post to 11, trying to get this game tied back up here. 6-3 our score. The pitch from Jet Gross a little bit outside and high for ball 1.
I think sometimes pitchers like Gross can try to be searching for that strikeout rather than pitch to contact. Maybe that's how he's gotten a couple guys on base here, but it can work out.
The 1-2 high as Gross lost his hat on his delivery. High for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and 2 on. Once again here in this 6-3 our score. Hornets trying to get the year off started with a win.
And these last 2 pitches are kind of what I was talking about there. He seems like he's just trying to blow one by him for strike 3.
And the 2-2. Fouled away. Both runners were in motion there, trying to possibly plate 2 on a single.
Did the smart thing, which was come back with a breaking ball after 2 fastballs high and outside.
2 balls and 2 strikes here once again from Jet Gross. The lefty delivers, and it runs inside for ball 3. So it's either been strikeout or walk so far for Gross, so it's fitting that it comes down to a full count pitch for him here in this at-bat. 3-2, 2 outs, 2 on. And Gross's pitch. Hit off the end of the bat. It's looking foul, and it is. So we will continue this AB.
Pitching to the middle of the order. Cleanup hitter. Sometimes you might say, give him something in the zone. Trust your defense behind you. But it's a dangerous part of the order. Well, you're not the cleanup hitter anymore, I should say. You're Jackson at number 5. But the middle of the order.
Yeah. Jackson has clearly shown an ability to battle throughout the day, though. 3-2. High for ball 4. So another walk allowed from Jet Gross. That's 3 of them in the inning. 2 strikeouts as well. And Manager Tobin's going to have a quick mound visit here.
Jet looks a little frustrated with himself. See if this mound visit can get him under control a little bit, get his composure back. And he's 1 out. 3 strikes.
Yeah, however he can get it here. Thiessen coming back to the plate. He's walked, sac fly, and a strikeout for him. Bases are loaded. 2 outs, and Gross's pitch. High for ball 1.
I think Funkstown has seen enough to where they're going to try to make him proved that he can throw strikes. So I think that first pitch of the at-bat needs to be something controllable.
This one popped up. Will Loper and everybody run out of room? They will.
Just barely.
It's off the fence there. So 1 strike here to Thiessen. I believe we actually have a pinch hitter. Oh, no. I was just looking at something wrong. I wrote down. Okay. I see what I did. I just now realized that I had his number written down wrong. Put his position instead of his number. 1-2 count here on Thiessen. 2 outs and the pitch. A little bit high for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, bases loaded for Funkstown 2-11. And the next pitch, hit in the air, right center field. Could be some trouble. Sprinting are the Hornets, and they make the catch on the run. To end the ball game, 6-3 is our final in favor of Berkeley. Post 14 as Sam Hefner on the run. Dylan said Utto, but forgot about the speed in the outfield for Berkeley. Post 14 making the play to end things here at Fairfax Field. Once again, your final score 6-3. The Hornets get the win. We'll take a 2-minute break. On the other side of that break, we'll have the postgame show. This is American Legion Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%. Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
At Carter Myers Automotive, what we do today will tomorrow become what we've done. That's why Owners Just Do More no longer defines us. Our work is never done because what we live by doesn't have a finish line. We care. Our company of owners is moving lives forward every day by finding more ways to care before, during, and after your purchase. Because when you're happy, so are we. Carter Myers Automotive. Proud to be the owners who just care more.
Car accident? Get more with Mansion Ferretti.
If you've been injured in a car accident, there are 3 things you need to know.
1, do not discuss your accident with an insurance company before you talk to a lawyer.
2, on average, car accident victims with a lawyer get over 3 times more money than those without one.
And 3, at Mansion Ferretti, if we don't win, you don't pay us, guaranteed. Car accident? Get more with Mansion Ferretti. 304-264-8505.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, trip nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
We're back here at Fairfax Field, our post-game show brought to you by the Palace Lounge on Edward Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg. A full lunch and dinner menu, daily specials, and a clean, comfortable atmosphere. Check out the menu on the Palace Lounge Facebook page. Nick Verzolini alongside me, Dylan Bishop, as we wrap things up here in the post-game show. We're going to hear, I believe, from manager Trip Tobin as well as Braden Oviedo in our post-game interview here, but we'll go ahead and wrap some things up for you until they're done there on the field. Our game summary, scoring summary, brought to you by the Mansion Ferretti Law Firm in Martinsburg. It's about seeking justice for you. Go to wvjusticelawyers.com. As for the Hornets, they scored 3 runs in the second, added a run in the third, and then 2 in the 7th. To help propel them to the 6-3 victory. Funkstown made some efforts to come back. They scored 2 in the 4th and 1 in the 6th. With 3 runs for them on 4 hits, 1 error for Berkeley Post 14. It's 6 runs on 8 hits they did commit, though, 3 errors. We'll give you now the game stats, which are going to be brought to you by CMA's Martinsburg and Winchester dealerships, proud to be the owners who just care more. For the Hornets, Huff was hitless, but our hits came from Healy, 2 of them. 1 from Bradley Loper, the 2 RBIs there at the end. Braden Oviedo, big day, 3 hits, 3 runs scored from him, as well as a walk. Jameer Brown, 1 hit in his 3 at-bats, and then a hit from Christian Alter as well. And then for Funkstown, it was hits from Bowman, Face, and Klein, as well as Jackson with a hit to total up to the 4 for them. On the mound today for the Hornets, Jackson Earl started the game, went 2 innings, 1 hit, no earned, 3 strikeouts. Alex Danner picked up where Earl left off with 2 innings, 2 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts. Jameer Brown added an inning with 2 strikeouts. McClintock, things got a little bit shaky there, but he did only allow just 2 walks, 1 inning, 1 earned. And then Jet Gross, 1 inning, 3 walks, 2 strikeouts. Finally, here, our player of the game is brought to you by Parsons Ford, located at 1400 Shepherdstown Road and online at parsonsford.com. They became number 1 by making you number 1 first. Parsons. It's going to be Braden Oviedo. And don't think we're going to have an interview, or are we going to have an interview?
I don't know. I see them moving around down there. I don't know if they're on their way or what. But no, Braden had himself a great game. And every time he got up to bat, he was able to get himself on. And that's kind of what he does. They got him in the middle of the order for a reason. He showed it today. As the Hornets kind of scattered around their hits and their runs. But Oviedo was consistent the whole way.
Yeah, we'll keep it here for just a little bit, see if they make their way up here. If not, we can always talk to him tomorrow.
That's true.
6-3 victory for the Hornets. Dylan, any other final thoughts on this one? You obviously gave your reasoning for Oviedo being our player of the game, but any final thoughts on the first game of the year for Berkeley Post 14?
Well, there was some rust, I think, from some of the pitchers when they would come out of the bullpen, but overall I think the Hornets can be really happy with what their arms gave them today. And, as Trip puts it, Johnny Holstaff was the pitcher here today, and for the most part, it was pretty good all around. It looks like Trip is walking up here.
Yeah, he's rolling his way over here.
So he can give us some more details on it, but yeah, he got some really good pitching. And like I said, they got enough hitting here and there, not all at once. Left a couple guys on, but they got done what they needed to, got that timely hitting to give themselves some insurance. So here comes Trip.
Yeah, we'll now be joined by the manager of the Berkeley Post 14 Hornets, Trip Tobin. Trip, good first win for you guys. 6-3 victory here over Funkstown. What did you like from the team?
I really liked the way they battled. The pitching depth. I'd assumed that, you throw 5 guys out there that someone would give up a big inning or, just not quite be ready at this point in the season. But all 5 guys went out there and just threw their hearts out. And, they've not had a lot of bullpens, not had a lot of live action, and to come out here and do what they did, 3-run, a really good team is just amazing. And the way that they hit tonight against some good pitching was just a great night.
Yeah, you got off to a hot start early on. Oviedo gets a big day with 3 hits. Jameer Brown had a nice hit in there as well during that little bit of rally early. Loper late in the game with some big insurance runs on a single from him. So what did you think of the offense today?
Yeah, I thought even though we didn't get a tremendous amount of hits, I thought they were patient at the plate. They took the walks. They weren't selfish. I think last year we were selfish sometimes, swung at bad pitches, and give up outs when we could have had free bases. Tonight we took, I think, every free base they give us. And up and down the lineup, we used our speed. We bunted a little bit, and we had a pretty good safety squeeze down, just missed. That would have been a big play, too. So, for being, just a couple practices, those guys, they played really, really well together.
Got a lot of games this week. If you were to have a negative, maybe just a few errors that you probably would have liked to have had back, but you think that just will come with more chemistry maybe, or whatever the case may be?
Yeah, I mean, that's just uncharacteristic for, the guys that threw the ball across the field and, didn't hit the first baseman. That's a rarity for us. So, that one inning we, I was kind of my fault. Didn't have the right first baseman in there, in there, and they didn't get any warm-up throws. And Grant come in cold off the bench, didn't get to throw across the diamond, and the very first pitch or very first play comes to him, and that's his first throw across the diamond off the bench. So I'll put that one on me. Just because not being quite prepared, trying to get 18 guys some playing time here in front of Coach Koala.
Tomorrow you got Frederick. Anything about them that you can tell us?
I don't know much about them. I mean, I talked to them up there at the tournament. They felt like they were, going to be competitive, and they were looking forward to coming down and playing. And Rupenthal worked tonight, so that worked out well for him to not be here and get rested. And he's going to be there tomorrow. We got a couple guys that threw, less than 30 pitches today, of course. And Alter started warming up there at the end. He was ready to throw a little bit. And we feel like Engel could probably throw tomorrow as well. So Wednesday we'll probably go with, Jet on the mound, and we'll have a couple of these guys, Jameer, ready to go. And then we got to face these guys again Thursday. So the pitching staff's going to be tested, and I really, really liked what I've seen tonight out of them.
All right, Coach, congrats on the win, and we'll now be joined by our player of the game. It looks like Braden Oviedo is going to make his way up here to the press box. Ovi, 3 hits for you today. A big day at the plate. What were you seeing? What was working for you out there?
I made a little bit of adjustments. Timing's better today. See some good pitching and got some decent hits. One wasn't a barrel, but still got a hit. So.
It all works out, right?
Yeah.
What did you think about, just the team performance overall for the first game of the year?
Oh, it was good. Pitching was great. Hitting was pretty good, too. I mean, all around, good base running, good everything. I mean, they weren't a bad team at all. See some good arms, so, we did really good today. I was actually impressed.
And getting to play here at Shepherd as well, a little bit of a different field. Maybe talk to their coaches and stuff after the games and stuff like that, but just overall – for the guys to have this opportunity and for you as well, what was that like?
It was amazing. This nice place. I'm sure everyone enjoyed it playing here. Not too many people in summer get to play on college field, so, it's a good opportunity.
And then for just one more thing, I guess, busy week for you guys as well. What's that like first week? Trip's got you out here with all these games in the first week.
I think it's good. Once you get to the next level, it's going to be rapid fire just like that, so I feel like it prepares you for college and whatever you want to do afterwards with baseball.
All right, Braden. Any other thoughts?
No, I think we played great.
All right, man. We'll see you tomorrow against Frederick, and congrats on the win and congrats on the performance as well.
All right, thank you. I appreciate it.
Braden Oviedo, our player of the game. That will do it for us. For Dylan Bishop, Talia Tompkins, Kyle McLaughlin, Kyler High, I'm Nick Verzolini signing off here from Fairfax Field. Once again, your final score 6-3. Hornets get the victory in the first game of the year against Funkstown. You've been tuned into American Legion Baseball for the continued excitement of high school, college, and Major League Baseball. Keep it tuned to 106.5 FM, AM 740, Comcast Cable Channel 10, and online at talkradiowrnr.com.